players, Nongshim, because you gotta have bodies on the site. Can't rely on one-way smokes, shock dart lineups.
Yeah, definitely not too
กู
much.
ถามจริงเหอะ
Just a relay and a fast
Yeah.
get yourself to the side, but Nongshim just get way ahead of it. Cushy though, pretty good on the classic shots. Let's see if you can find it a little bit more. Unfortunately, right outside of the smoke, it's RB back flat. Gets the kill at the end.
Sometimes the free weapon, it can do some good things in this game. It'll impact a couple of the weapons going into the next round for Nongshim right now, as we are back to the norm for Crazy Guy, bringing out the Odin.
มาแล้วป่ะ
We're looking to a lot of the wallbang spots
เฮ้
available
ย
on
ไอ้
the
เหี้ย
map.
ไม่
Yeah, I mean, if you're
มัน
looking
เป็นอะไร
towards the
วะ
very
ไอ้
beginning,
เหี้ย
a lobby spam. If you're
หรือวันนี้มันไม่ใช่วันของกูวะแชท
window as well, it's now reinforced, but we do see him try to go for it here and there, and then see retakes. Well, wall spam, big. Quick in towards the B site right now, though, for Nongshim. They want to try and play on the back of having a bit of lesser weaponry in some close proximity duels.
กูเซ็งว่ะ ไอ้เหี้ยเดี๋ยวก็เน็ตพังเดี๋ยวก็ไฟดับเฮ้ยคือเหี้ยอะไรเดี๋ยวกูจริงกูเริ่ม
Back in, possibly pick it up or not. Just hold on to whatever they've got for now. Nongshim
เอ้ยไม่เสร็จไปทุกวันเนี่ย
setting themselves outside of the site, one player closer towards Garage.
I lost 20k goddamn
It's gonna be an instant flash 4 now from the side of RB. RRQ still looking to try to
ไฟ
displace
มันตก
them
วิ
with
เดียวอ่ะ
utility.
แบบบุ๊บบุ๊บ
But unfortunately, the garage position blocked off makes things a little bit more difficult. As soon as they peek out of this position, they might get caught. But okay, a couple of spams going through, and it's X-Ross from the back of window position.
กูต้องทำไงวะ
Deals the damage.
ใครมันไม่เจออะไรใครไปเจออะไรกูปะเนี่ย
As you are full focus on towards the spike, if you can get the tap out early by RRQ, you can try and draw attention away from a little garage cheeky push, but it's really well orchestrated by Nongshim that they are making sure that
เดี๋ยว
the
โคตร
turret
รำคาญ
is
เลย
watching that,
จริงแบบ
and
แม่ง
then
แบ
they
บ
can peek on the back of that information as well to remove an opportunity. Ivy doing that
นั่งอยู่
perfectly,
ดีๆปุ๊บ
making sure
ไป
that he is
หายไปเลย
focused on these flanks to potentially come on through, that he is making
กูหล
sure
อน
that
เลย
there's no garage pop, that can get the better of the squad. And then they can just really focus on that spiked defusal denial. Really well-structured bonus round to come through from Nongshim there. And whoa! I was about to say
What
a good
the
start with Dan
fuck,
finding push,
Jemkin?
but Jemkin, I need his POV after those
โบ
shots
3 หรือโบ5 โบ5 ครับ
sounded dirty.
Yeah, definitely dragging Nongshim through the mud. 3 players remaining, but they still have the firepower.
They hear all the footsteps at the moment, and Xfero can call that you can go and get the guns outside of A lobby if you want for RRQ. It's not a bad shout to be able to at least pick up one of them from Jemkin and jump that towards your teammate. They're going to do that. Do you
ส
go
วัสดี
flank
ครับ
though,
ผม
or
มี
do you
ความ
focus
พริ
to
ตตี้ยิน
retreat
ดียิ่ง
and
ที่จะเส
retake
นอ
through
เว็บเติม
spawn?
เกมที่ดีที่สุด GasTopUp
ครับผม
Really
การท็อป
got
อัพ
lots of
นะครับ
words, but with the utility
แชทผมอยากรู้
that
คอนโดเขาไฟดับกันบ่อยปะ
with Crazy Guy looking to work together as a team instead. All the way from C-Link though.
โอลิเวียว่าซับโบ
It's caught by RB on the spam. Now X-Ross shows up from garage window. Double kill quickly picked up. And this looks to be a 4-0 start for
ไม่
Nongshim.
อะจะย้ายไอ้เชี่ยถ้ามัน
Certainly
ไฟดับ
does,
มัน
and
ปัญ
that's
หา
gonna
อย่าง
get
เงี้ย
Xfero coming up with another clutch.
กูก็คิดอยู่
Good start for X-Ross though, getting dirty with a couple of these kills as well. Should give him a bit more confidence now. Again, right, a highlighted bind. Technically not his role to get mass frags. But you got to have that self-confidence on this stage as well, right? Because you gotta remember, he's the newest edition, right? He's not been in these atmospheres before.
คอนโดผมอยู่มา
Stepping
ปี
up
นึง
into this
ไฟดับรอบนึง
team, integrating himself nice and early.
Ui,
Nice shot
yeah.
taken, by the way. That's how that happens
I
on the
see.
slide.
Oh,
Very, very well done.
oh,
Taste of
oh.
Dami's own medicine. This is a massive opportunity for a rookie coming in with a, I mean, technically call it a rookie squad, even though they were here
This is the
last year.
best
Like,
APAC team right now, yes
things
sir
that we can sort of throw in there for that later on, but
เป็นพี่เดียน
It's an
it's a
incredible
big step up for him. Big round right now for both of these teams as well. The buy present for
เปิดลง
RRQ,
ปั่นไฟบน
the
หัวเลย
operator
ใช่ไหม
for
กู
Jemkin,
คิดอยู่
the Odin for Cushy.
ที่ไม่รำคาญจริงขอโทษเลยว่ะวันนี้มันอะไรกับอะไรบ้างก็ไม่รู้เนี่ย
Smokes, you get the orb, you get
เดี๋ยวก็ไฟดับ
That's what
เดี๋ยวก็
Nongshim
เน็ต
wanted.
แบบโอ้มันไม่ใช่วันของกูจริงวันเนี้ย
Get closer towards this dimensional drift as well. You've already got a couple of these other roles that you don't necessarily need to invest unless you find yourselves in a needing situation. Just clearing everything out with the drone first and foremost. Close positions at a long. It's going to answer back by requiring Cushy to get some further information as well. You spot the omen of RB. General tell to keep 3 members here on the A site still, and with this cut wall across.
เห็นยังด่าหวยแต่ฟอร์มไม่ได้เพราะเป็นคนละครั้งเห็นแล้วนะฮะจริงไอ้เหี้ยหนองชิม 3-1 เหรอ
If he can take down Danby again, That could be quite
ใช่ว่าถ้าหน่อง
helpful,
ชิมได้ไป
but
มาสเตอร์
Nongshim,
มันจะเล่นโหดไหม
especially with the walls
ใน
coming
มาสเตอร์
back up and down.
This is a big duel for Ivy. If he bests Xfero on this line,
กูรู้สึกว่าถ้าหน่องชิมได้ไปมันอาจจะแบบได้ถ้วยกลับมาวะ
Absolutely. Well, once again, inserting Dabby right through the back lines, and there goes the Odin. Hunter's Fury as well, though, and it does find a little bit, but Ivy tried to slip through and unfortunately got caught. From the shadows, goes over onto the seaside, but Jemkin is right here, and he's looking for the right opportunity. X-Ross, though, makes it a little bit more difficult because of his guarded positioning. Garage, excuse me. It's the overdrive, though, that instantly stops everything out from Nongshim, because Francis is the only one left. He's only got 10 seconds. Might be able to pick up the spike. Even if he gets the plant down, it's a 1v3. Jemkin hops up, reveals himself, and unfortunately goes down just enough for the round to get picked up.
It's actually a really big pick that he gets there.
มึงมีลิงอื่นไปเปล่าเอาใครไปรู้ว่าไอ้เหี้ยใจมันได้อ่ะขอแค่ใจมึงถึงอ่ะมันก็ไปถึงได้นะเว้ย
That they are going to be generally reliant upon. So it's nice. He survives as well. There will be a buy up for Nongshim. Bit unlucky in the midst of things that Darby is still jumping around when altered on that overdrive. And I mentioned the Ivy fight for a specific reason as well. If Ivy wins that duel against Xfero,
บ้านใหม่ใกล้ฉันซึ่งไหนก่อนบ้านเนี่ยตอนเนี้ยจริงๆไอ้เหี้ยอาจจะต้องย้ายไปเป็นคอนโดอะไรเงี้ย
They need to make sure that they are keeping things in check moving forwards though still.
Whoa. TP.
Francis taking a chunk of damage there. Wouldn't mind a world in which he does pick up the ulti here. Still be quite valued in the round. Crazy guy pushing deep mid. By that timing as well, Ivy is not going to know this.
เดินมาลึกจัด
Who bites first?
จากสถิติทีมที่ได้ไปมาสเตอร์ครั้งแรกมันจะแพ้เร็วหรอ
He hears all of these footsteps starting to make a retreat.
แต่กูไม่รู้กูรู้สึกว่าไอ้เหี้ย
Things to see.
ทีมนี้มัน
On radar spot that RRQ
ดูโอเคอยู่นะเรื่องจิตใจอ่ะ
as well as the execute comes down.
Just wonderful. Perfect sight to put yourself down into it as well. But with everything covered by smokes, it's a shot dart that does kind of damage. Dabby slithers through.
มึงดูการเดินของมันดิ
And then just Cushy left with the Odin, which probably wants to hold on to, but doesn't know RB inside of smoke.
Yeah, he's like a snake in the grass in that
บาง
one.
ทีมันบนเล่นโบ5เยอะด้วย
Biting you.
แม้จะเป็นรอบแรกในแปซิฟิกก็จริงเถอะเรียบเจ้าเดียมคัสมีสวัสดีครับ
He's made the right bold decision. Shrouded stepping up through mid, trying to find all the information that you need for the team. 4 versus 5, advantage at a moment in time for RRQ. The investment of the ults as well, trying to do their darnest damage. Trying to find a way
ที่น่ากลัวจัดเลยว่ะ
into the seaside, but it's just overwhelmed
ข
by
ออภัยใน
Nongshim.
ความไม่สะดวกด้วยครับ
who are coming
คุณ
out
ลู
with
ก
the
ค้า
better
ทาง
trades
เราแค่
in
ทดสอบ
this
ระบบใน
instance
สำหรับ
again.
บริการตัดไฟคืน
Timeout
นี้คุณ
drawn
ลูกค้ายังยืนยันเว
for
ลา 5 ทุ่มเหมือนเดิมใช่ไหมครับ
ไม่เอาครับไม่ตัดครับขอร้องน่ะ
Lose control of the cards.
ไม่เอาแล้วพอแล้วทำแล้วแป๊บเดียวมาจับ
Really
ปะ
want to hold on to him, but unfortunately just got robbed away. Makes things a
แต่
little
มันจะได้
bit
ปี
more
ศาจปีมาสเตอร์เดียวนี่แหละ
worrisome because of
จะเจนถึงโดนแน่เหรอ
how
ไหนงั้น
Nongshim
ผมไม่เกี่ยวครั
can be in some
บ
of these rounds. We start to see it already.
นะแป๊บนึงดูที่เขาพูดเลยไหมว่า
Some of the lurks that
โอ้
have been online
279 ที่นั่ง
from Ivy as well.
เอาเลยครับ279 ที่นั่งนะครับ
And we do need Jemkin on and off.
แต่ว่า MIBR น่ากลัวสุดซิกเก็ตแอปปาร์เหรอ
For Nongshim, though.
แต่ว่าคนอื่นมันก็ช่วยดีไง
Attack side where they can dictate the pace. Highlighted it earlier on. They pick attack where they can in this veto.
เพื่อนเป็นเจ้าเดียวฮัสซันดิน
All maps in this best of
แต่
5.
มาอยู่
They
คอนโด
start
แล้วคิด
attack
ดูเนี่ย
guaranteed.
เรื่อง
Just
เน็ต
the
เรื่อง
one
ไฟมันปัญหาว่ะ
that it's going to be RRQ. And that's Abyss.
ซื้อ UPS ไว้ไหมไม่คือถ้ากูซื้อ UPS กูต้องซื้อ2 อันปะ
Pistols for RRQ
อันหนึงให้
right
เฮ้ย
now as
แฟลช
well.
โอ้อันหนึงให้ตัวเองแบบอันหนึงให้คอมอันหนึงให้เราเตอร์อย่างงี้หรอ
That's not going to be able to do too much. Getting caught out on all the forward expeditions.
Yeah, just one by one they start to fall. Gonna have to see the weight that timeout comes through within the next buy. So far, it's so good for Nongshim, just picking up all these kills where they need to.
สายกลางที่วันเจอใครที่แพ้คู่นี้ครับ
Drone, smoke, all the safe and careful utility as well makes it not possible for Monyet to do
แต่ปีนี้
anything.
23 ใช่ไหมใช่
And Jemkin just hope for exits or die to the spike.
Yep.
น้องชิมมันคุมเกมดีมันเดินดีด้วย
Right now, 6-1.
เคลียร์มุมมันก็เคลียร์ดีเว้ย
Some ungodly affair in which Jemkin gets back in towards this round. But this is the opportunity for Nongshim again to have a very sensational attacking side and start to showcase perhaps that they are not going to fall prey to the Korean Slayers. Nongshim, a different breed in kickoff compared to a couple of the other titans in this region from this country.
A battle-tested ascension.
ไปสายกลาง
These are the ones to
break
RRQ's Korean sling streak.
This is the expectation from that first ascension where they step up into Pacific that a lot of people, me included, were expecting them to come into Pacific and be destructive. We didn't see that. We expected that from Barrel this year. Didn't see it.
คือเราจะได้เกาหลีไป2 ทีมอีกแล้วเหรอวะ
Fanatic smoke and recon shot. Fanatic tech.
เฮ้ยอะไรฟานาติกมาเล่นสุดฟานาติกเฮ้ย
Big flash and kills coming out from Nongshim though. You heard it. The call for a
อะไรอะสุดฟานาติกอะเจอหนองชิมเข้าไปอะงงเลยอะ
Now Nongshim gets their way with the B site.
4 versus 2, not the way that you wanted things to go for this round RRQ if this is what the timeout was for.
RRQ โคเรียนสเลเยอร์ไม่ได้สเลแล้วดิตอนเนี้ย
Save call.
แบบนี้เรื่องมาเองเลยนะเว้ย
RRQ, no opportunities to get back in towards this one. Maybe not even a world in which you're holding a couple of these guns. It depends on the timing. As Kushi could have found Darby if he held.
หนองชิมโหดคนเยอะจริง
7-1.
พูดเลยวะ
Can they even hold on to their weapons though? Nongshim have built up quite a bit of bank, so they want to go.
ตั้งแต่ดูเอฟเอกับหนองชิมมารู้สึกว่าหนองชิมแผนดีกว่าแผนดีพอฟอร์มมันดีแบบฟอร์มแชมป์คือต้องให้ว่าแผนอะแผนนีออนมันดีเว้ยแค่นั้นเลยส่วนแล้ว performance คือมันไม่เคยตกด้วยแล้ว RB เข้ามาคือคุมเกมยิ่งดีอะแต่รู้สึกอะปัดสวยสั้นเดี๋ยววะนี่คือตัว E-Tech ก็ดีนะตัวนึงไม่ถึง 4,000 ใช้ตัวโคตรหลุดได้เอ้ยขออนุญาตถ่ายไว้ครับขอบคุณครับ
Should have done something.
Well, unfortunately, it did not. So we'll see if RRQ in the comms can figure out something before.
ไม่แต่เข้าใจด้วยว่าหนองชิมมันมีประสบการณ์1 ปีแล้วไงในลีกอะโอ้โห
However, a good start. Jemkin to find one. Mon yet to find a double, and it's starting to look pretty darn good.
มันเย็ด
In this A lobby crunch, in this play, RRQ do find 2.
ดูมีพี่ดูครับ2 ทุ่ม
Just the right recognition coming through from RRQ to make that play at that round as well. Can't quite fully respond when Monyet is the one.
โอ้โหเฮียทำไมปืนออกมาเร็วจังวะ
I mean, protocols for these sort of things as well. If you're going for that A lobby control, you are.
เกมมี่ยังไม่ได้เล่นต่อเดี๋ยวเล่นต่อวันจันทร์
Over utility first before doing anything. This time you change up the pace as RRQ send in Jemkin, layer in your teammates.
แต่ปีนี้ต่อให้ชนะไปมาสเตอร์ก็ไม่ช่วยอะไรละป้าเพราะปีหน้าเป็นระบบแข่งชาติก็ปีนี้ปีสุดท้ายในการฟาร์มทุกอย่างแล้วอะ
There's going to be no, you're not going to do it again. You're going to change your own defenses. As Nongshim now start to get a bit of this A-long control. They can't go down to sewers just yet, and if you wanted to attempt it,
เกาหลี5 ทีมเกือบจะครึ่งเซิร์ฟแล้วทุกประเทศก็ใช่ครับเขารู้สึกว่า2 ทีมมันน้อยไปมันดูไม่สนุกแล้วก็ดับเบิลอิลิมมันก็แป๊บเดียวจบไงเขาก็เลยเปลี่ยนเป็น3 ครับ ถ้ามีเพื่อนๆที่เล่นเกมอื่นไหมดูเหมือนจัดมีเพื่อนจัดวอลปาร์ตี้จัดวอลคนเดียวไงแล้วมันก็เพื่อนเล่นโอเวอร์วอตเพื่อนเล่นวาโลตอนนี้เพื่อนก็เล่นวาโลตอนนี้โอเวอร์วอตมาก็เล่นโอเวอร์วอตกัน
Timing of the toxic screen as well will not permit entry for Nongshim. Refreshing on this vision blocker utility.
ไฟนอลเดี๋ยวไฟนอลไม่เล่นกันแล้วอ่ะเล่นตอนช่วงมันออกมาใหม่อ่ะ
Jemkin, by the way, spot that nothing is coming back over at the C site, so you should give some security for the team
มันเอาจริงเหรอวะ
around A.
Now he just try to waltz on through. Monyet, first point of contact. Defending lockdowns, first one that goes in, but at the same time, the Odin as well. Such a big threat. Xfero just begins to make his assertions all across and makes it difficult for Nongshim to stick around. He gets caught and detained. We're looking for the
มีดอย่าริวก็ริวเรียกโอวอตมาเวลก็ไม่เล่นกันแล้ว
What a milestone for Xfero to get.
Getting it with the knife is just a little bit funny as well. We need to see more from RRQ. I'm actually interested that team.
ปีหน้าคัดออกกี่ทีมโลหมดครับปีหน้า
Immediately spammed down by the Odin. You kind of hope we see that from the POV of Kushi.
ริวเล่น NBA นะเล่น NBA วัด
Yeah. Oh, we don't get to see that one. Anyways, it's all good.
เฮ้ยคุณสกิลสวัสดีครับสวัสดีครับบรู
Vibes
โอวัดมันหนุกเป็นจัดอยากได้เกมหมาเกมใหม่เหรอโอวัดมันก็ใครเล่นแต่ก่อนอ่ะก็อาจจะสนุกเหมือนเดิมมาแต่ถ้าใครไม่ชินก็อาจจะงงอ่ะ
7-3, another buy for Nongshim. A little bit lesser though if you consider
คอน
things
โด
with
เรา
the
ดับ
Guardian of Francis
2-3
and
ครั้ง
Judge
ต่อ
of
เดือนละ
them if you
2-3 ชั่วโมง
want
โอ้โห
to
แต่
make
เดิ
an
น
argument
ตาย
that that's less of a how he pilots this one away from the overdrive as
รอนแข่ง
well.
ยังอะไร
We'll see if they
อะไร
can figure this one
ต้องถามประธาน
out.
รอนคืนตังค์ยัง
RRQ changing the killjoy setups towards this A site as well, giving a different
ปีหน้าลบหมดคือไงก็ระบบใหม่อ่ะปีหน้าก็ต้องรอดูว่าใครได้บ้างอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
just announcing their presence for now. Warning signs to Nongshim.
Well, RRQ is just not giving them anything at the moment. No mass reveals on who is playing where until Jemkin perhaps on this line of sight finds one, just whistles past RB's ear, and Ivy cannot find the duel on towards Kushi. So Spike, force of Nongshim starts to go to this A side. RB, by the way, is not going to be able to assist them from this distance. Can't even reach tower, for example, to smoke. So the team is just going to be left to their own devices if they wanted to try and get in towards A, but it's going to draw out utility, it's going to draw out rotations. Ivy
เฮ้ยมันเริ่มมาแล้วนะเฮ้ย
trying to get him towards the A side at the moment. There's that judge that I mentioned and an overdrive available if you want, but you've got to get this spike on in. 20 seconds to go.
Surely enough, it does go through.
RB, by the way, other side of the map, it's going to be a super late flank.
Still could come into huge effect.
Okay.
Watching out for those
Oh,
zombie on this.
ไม่ยิงอะแฮกอะ
The Phantom
เฮ้ย
actually all the way through into Link. It prevents RQ from reinserting themselves through. I was thinking it was going to cut them by their legs. It does somewhat until Dambi falls, but there goes RB. Revealed at the very end. Kushi has to run off.
Yeah, nicely done from RB.
8แล้วคำถามคือก้าวต่อไหม
so far from the team. If they can get in towards the A site, he can have a win condition to close the round. If they didn't get into the site, it would have been job done. No retrieval mission on the spike, so very well done at least for Dambi.
มาเก็บเปอร์เซ็นต์ตอนนี้มีทีมเป็นดับเบิลเลยนะครับ
kills to claim the space and buy a bunch
เป
of
เปอร์เล็ก DRX เป็น GRQ 4 ทีมนี้ชัวร์
Kushi
ๆก็รอดูครับว่าปีหน้าระบบจะเป็นยังไงอ่ะ
with the gun.
ผมเดาว่าระบบ
Hold that for
อาจจะเหมือนแต่ก่อน
to the next round where it will be a forced buy with a couple of
เหมือนแบบคัดเลือกอะ
into it.
ของแต่ละโซนอ่ะ
Some ults as well
พาร์ทเนอร์ ประเทศ อะไรอย่างงี้
assumed to be deployed somewhere.
แล้วก็ค่อยมันเล่นลีก แต่เล่นเกมโอ้โหเหี้ยเล่นเกมผีไหมวันนี้ไม่อ่ะวันนี้ดูวอลปาร์ตี้ต่อครับฟนาติกต่อ2 ทุ่ม
You're right, Viper Spit. You got 4 ults to work off of. Half buy or not should give it a good go. Otherwise, very similar scoreline to what we saw from the end of the previous half back then.
This is super pacey from Nongshim though, already in towards the gut to be. This is where you draw out a Hunter's Fury from Kushi, and he's gonna do it.
He's gonna be able to find anyone though. Not quite tagging it in the midst of
วาโล
all that
ไม่น่าป่ะวาโล
chaos.
อ่ะไม่เคยมีข่าวป่ะ
He's just not gonna stop. Now back into the right spots as well. Drone coming through. Smoked off onto the front of the site, but at the same time, this is when you plant the lockdown. Jemkin, he wants to go into the overdrive, but can't quite make his presence known because Dambi absolutely lays down the law. Lockdown pushes Kushi out of range as well, and that's where Nongshim earned their night. Doing what he does best. If this is looking to go to the international stage, you all better be prepared for Dambi when he's looking like this. Full confidence, the beast awaken, and his eyes on the prize.
JJaz ไงข่าวเวทีอันนี้ไม่มีนะครับบูเวล
9-3 half in favor of Nongshim Red Force. That attacking side. The previous map of Bind, now over here on Haven as well. You can see that this team is trying to dictate the pace of this series by starting on this side.
วันนี้ฟนาติกหรือวิ
They gotta be super happy
ฟนาติกดีวะ
how things have worked out here. But on the
ฟ
flip
นาติก
side,
มาแต่ถ้าวินมันบ้าข้างขึ้นมา
oh, the timeout that they
ว่าไงครับซัน
invest,
โชสวัสดีครับ
3 rounds that they've found, they desperately are going to need the pistol here, likewise of the last map, but they have to make sure that
วิดเหรอ
it continues from get-go.
หนองชิม RRQ เขาถือมาขนาดนี้
I mean, this is what the
ไม่เอากบฏอ๋อชีวิต
position. We're not seeing players getting activated. Not that much anyway. Just a couple rounds here and there. So as they swap on over to the
ถ้ามีระบบแบนตัวหนองชิมแม่งโดนตัวไหนรู้กันไอ้แย่นีออนตัวแรกดินี่เป็นจันยุสวัสดีครับคนดูแข่งโอวัต80,000ไปโอวัตแข่งแล้วหรอเร็วจังมันเพิ่งอัปเดตไปไม่ใช่หรอเมื่อไหร่ Q&A ให้กูเลือกวันปาร์ตี้ก่อนนะตอนเนี้ยไลฟ์เล่น R9 ไม่หรอคอมกูไม่น่าไหวว่ะพูดจริง
But that would give mass opportunities for Nongshim Red Force to be able to close it.
That's right.
The switch on up. Both Neons technically leading the charge here. The rest of the team contributing.
Off season. ตัวละครใหม่มันมาแล้วใช่ป่าวว่าโอวัตอะ
Walk for Nongshim.
Oh, it's a quick hop and across, but completely blinded by the paranoia. Francis, a little kill at the end of the exchange.
Yeah, but the damage again, like the first pistol, has been delivered over towards Nongshim, right? Ivy came out with the clutch back and then Jemkin,
เล่นได้ครับแล้วมันเล่นแน่นอนครับ
Sending Francis first through the doors. The trades do come out.
And you hang back. Monyet, a sudden step across, and it finds a fully healthy Ivy, now down in the ground. Snakebite as well gives RRQ a lot more space, and now possibly positioned to take the entire pistol all the way through into the A site.
I mean, they saw Dami over at the garage doors, right? So they knew that they had to just retreat in towards a spot of safety.
Trying to find the right positions as well. Xfero should be safe. Gets the spike down. You gotta worry about graffiti. Tough fight for Dambi ahead of him. Makes a step across. Knows that it's gonna be a reaction, but can't quite land the shot. It's Jemkin at the end of it.
จะเชียร์ใครจะเชียร์ RQ
Needed pistol for RRQ. They're doing a copy pasta
ถ้าไหน
from
จะ
the
ดูนะ
previous
Overwatch
map here. But are they gonna be able to change the tail end of this one? That's kind of what we are waiting for at the moment.
โอ้ย
Couple of these
ดูนะครับน้องชายนะครับ
damage
ตอนนี้จะม
done
.6 แล้วใช่ไหม
decisions after
ก็
better favor RRQ.
ขอให้ทุกอย่างนะครับ
3 versus
ไปได้ดี
3 situation where Ivy gets caught in the reload.
มหาลัยต่อใช่ไหมมหาลัยก็
awkward for
สู้ๆนะขอให้ได้มหาลัยที่เราชอบนะครับผม
So it's all good for them. They still
ปี
again
สุดท้ายแล้ว
have that safety net of the
Enjoy มัธยมมันเต็มที่
halftime score line.
แต่ไม่ใส่เสื้อทันแล้วหรอใส่ทำไมก่อนนั้นน่ะ
Look at this triple position.
ไปวงแฟร์เวลแล้วแต่เมื่อวี่นะเขาหายไปนานมากเวลาออนเกมเขาไม่ทักมาหาหนูเลยหนูคิดมากตลอดหนูก็ทำไงดีลองแบบเล่นเกมกับเขาไหมแบบเราทักแบบชวนเล่นเกมด้วยกันนะได้ไหมล่ะ
But no information thus far.
Now we see this triple stack played a little bit here and there.
Take flight.
I heard next patch corrode breeze out
The smoke
Lotus Spectre in OW
to make sure that it's not possible to find some damage. But around the corner, do you know what creeps on up to Mon yet? Now you do.
เฮ้ยไอ้ยาสุดีว่ามาเชล1คลาสสิก2
Turret destroyed. Francis already here. He would need some sharpies with the bandit
ปา
right
ซิน
now.
บอกเป็นล้าน
But they're removing things, and the heads of shoulders start to fall. Cushy and Xfero need to pick up the slack here.
ยังไง
There's 2 players. It's still completely possible for Nongshim. 2 marshals, a sheriff, Dambi with the relays as well. He makes his move, sends it across, and completely catches on the Cushy, who still finds a headshot, but RB to respond.
โอ้
Continues
ชนะได้นะเนี่ยเมื่อกี้ใช่ไหม
No nanos, by the way. He needs to hit the shots here, Xfero. A smoke in 1 for RB.
Tries to bait him out. The smoke comes up. Does Xfero find the right spams? He gets the first. Xross though fires off again. It's Xfero down to low HP. Xross tries to take at least half. No, he's going all the way full. He's got it. He takes it all the way home.
Love you, bro.
A thrifty up to 10.
That is such an unfortunate round for RRQ as well. But these things happen in Valorant. The
ถ้า
walk
ติด
up
ไม่โดน
through
เดี๋ยวมาแก้บนใน
A
จูดโอ้ยขอยติดนะครับขอยได้คะแนนที่ชอบนะ
what hit him.
Zero damage.
Had to be good for 1. Ivy as well.
โอ้โหไม่ไอ้
And then
ฟัน
as
ซิ
soon
ดะ
as I saw that
ยิงเค
smoke
ซี่กายได้ไง
come
ก่อน
online for RB, I'm thinking to myself, are you putting that at long? Are you putting that on the spike? The shots
นิ่งๆ
from
เลย
Darby, forget
นิ่ง
about
ๆ
them.
เลย
The trade came out. Xross
คนนิ่งแม่งชนะลาวแต่โคตรนิ่งมึงว่าไงวะ
in
แชมป์
that one. And Nongshim steal round number 14 away from RRQ to find double
ที่
digits.
จะเติม
There's
เก
a
มที่
force
1
in
แก๊สสภาพ
here
ครับ
from the attackers
W
as well.
They're also trying to pick up the pace. Nano storms and alarm bots, though. It's going to hurt Jemkin, but not too much. Shorty is at close range, though, so he still has to watch out. Might have a bit of control, but then here comes Nongshim! Ivy double kill, a third! Hops onto the fourth as well! And the spike just unfortunately goes away.
Yeah, a couple of these differences
ว่า
as
เขา
well.
ล้างน้อยลง
Comps. If this was the
เราก็
flip
ต้อง
side and
เราก็ต้อง
Nongshim were on the attack, they would have access
ไอ้นี่
to
ก
the
ลับ
blind
นะว่า
side
แบ
of
บเอา
Francis to throw into the back of
การ
side
กระทำ
to
ที่
be
เรา
able to
เขา
stretch
ทำให้เราไม่
further
โอเค
into it.
มัน
The fact
เป็น
that
สิ่งที่
Monya
ใช่
is
ห
on
รือ
the
ไม่เนี่ย
Viper, you can't really have any back
มัน
of
ก็ต้อง
side
คุยกันไหม
plays
ใช่ไหม
coming in from RRQ here. You're stuck at the front side of the site. This is why I was
เรา
kind
ยอ
of
ม
thinking
ดูดิ
in
เดี๋ยวมัน
agreement
ก็
with
ไม่
this.
แฟร์หรือเปล่า
I really also would like to
มัน
see
ต้อง
a
ช่วย
switch
กัน
up
นะ
come
เนาะ
through
อุ้ยมัน
from
ยืนลุกขึ้น
RRQ's
บ่ายๆ
top.
เลยว่ะ
Move away from the Viper and bring in the Yoru, for example. I think it would have a lot more access to
แต่ได้อยาก
scalability
กิน
on this
กินคนฝึกไง
side
ดี
for RRQ. As we
ดูหนัง
now
ฟั
have
งเพลง
an
ร้องตาม
11-4
พูดตาม
scoreline in Nongshim's favor. Timeout invested for RRQ here. This one is looking a bit more destructive
เอาแล้วโจ
than
บี้
the last map.
Yeah, quite. The fact that that was a slight, it was like a forest buy, right? RQ's not going to be able to thwart too much.
แต่เล่นโฮตอบไหม
And
เหร
now
อ
this
คิด
is
ดูอ่ะ
such a big deficit that you kind of just want to look towards the next map.
You can't do that just yet, though. It's never over until it's over. Timeout here to try and wrangle things back. Take it one round at a time for RRQ. What are you going to be able to refigure out on your attacking side? The big thing, though, is so many rifle rounds that you do have to contend with. Because even if you do find the world in which you're getting a couple away from Nongshim, 2 rounds, there's going to be a couple of ult opportunities. It's a very difficult position that they see. And it's not like we haven't seen massive comebacks before from these squads. We really have seen them.
เปิด
The aura surrounding this one, when you look to the
Love you
timeout,
bro
the RRQ boys there,
แปลก
they looked a bit flat.
เดี๋ยวผมรู้หนูบอกไปว่าไม่เคยเป็นแบบนั้นนะบอก
Gonna cheer them up perhaps, but right now
ใช่มันต้องทำความเข้าใจกันคุยกันพูดถูกคำยุสุ
towards A.
ต้องนั่นแหละครับคุยกันครับสำคัญ
Having access to the Hunter's Fury.
เอฟเฟนเดนเชียร์หนองชิมเอาดี
would be quite nice.
เชียร์โดนเกาหลีจ้างมาคุณทรงอ่ะ
The investment in this one is with that outlaw. See what easy frags he's going to be able to potentially find, though. It's only X-Pharaoh. The rest of the squad has purchased up the heavy shields. So it could get the better of Nongshim. Steal some guns. Get some chances in this round to find one that you pretty much shouldn't. And that's a good start.
อยากรู้อยากเห็นเยอะไปหน่อยวะเนี่ย
Heavy down.
But look at this triple stack again. Imagine having
ดู
something
ช่อง
like
ที่
a
แจ๊ส
Yoru
ดู
here
แข่ง
to
กิน
flash
ก๋วย
the
เตี๋ยว
corner.
เท่ากับแฮ
You
ปปี้
could stun it as Jemkin. You can paranoid it as Crazy Guy.
ข้าวต้ม
A little bit
ค
lucky
รับ
with
กิน
an
ข้าวให้อร่อย
option
นะค
not
รับ
to
ผม
walk into the A side of the map.
Okay,
It's
just
going to
molly,
be
keep the
over
smoke
towards C instead.
Casting visual light, okay?
Yep. You ready?
Ready?
I'm
Let's
ready. Yeah.
30 seconds
Go.
left.
I take gun.
How you
I recon flat.
It's the right call. Get the fast lane and everything up. Still nothing too much towards the back of the site. So possible for Francis, but unfortunately gets blocked off by Poison Cloud. Tries to reposition, and at the same time, the rest of Nongshim from that triple stack, they begin to explore all the way back out towards grass, and this gives them garage.
And the plant is down. This could be good favor for RRQ to hold it again. I mentioned that Hunter's Fury. You'll have an option there for Kushi.
A little smoke up the flash to try to slow things down. Jemkin, relay as well. Not quite caught by the wall just yet, though, and he's in position to take down Francis. There goes Dambia as well. At the same time, looks for the right angle, takes down X-Ross, draws the attention from Dambi away from the spike where it continues to tick away. Back into it. We're looking for now. Dambi, though, removes another player. Kushi put one on the board, and RQ continues to hang on.
Yeah, that was the really big round that RRQ needed. A breath of fresh air to be able to find.
คำถามคือตอนนี้แหละมันแดมบีมีอันตีละ
โด
นหรือไม่ฟันซิถือออฟละ
RRQ don't waltz in towards that ace.
11 จะหนาวหรือพี่จะแมตช์พอยต์ตามหลักคนแมตช์พอยต์นะ
You get the plant down and not able to facilitate a way back in towards the retake convincingly and early enough.
11 ไม่หนาวเอ้ยหมอกกล้องมาดีนะ
Very pressure sensitive issue for Nongshim
เฮ้ย
there.
กองเชียร์ RQ มันลุกขึ้นมาขู่ด้วยแสดงลุกขึ้นมาเยี่ยลุกขึ้นมาขู่จอด้วยเยี่ยเอาดี
Or if at all, as they are making this run back, if they can, to the best of their ability. Missing out on the first shot, Francis.
เข้าไปหน่อยจ้ะเพื่อนจะไปครับเก่า
RQ not
สวัสดีครับผม
contend with an op, so look to some other parts of the map, and it's going to cost you a bit of utility to re-clear. Smoke up, the drone goes in.
แต่อาคิวเรื่องเมลเทลอ่ะไม่เสียแน่นอนเมนเทลเมนเทลไม่เสียแน่นอนครับใช่อาคิวอ่ะ
Kind of keeping my eyes on what Monyet might be able to attribute here over at the seaside if Ivy gives him a fight. Meanwhile, X-Ross has put himself in a pretty risky position here.
RB with a TP though. Tries to lure RRQ into a false sense of security, and it works!
โอ้ยคุณว่าได้สอง
At least for the trade, but he's down low HP.
Crazy guy losing his life here kind of kind of hurts RRQ, to be honest with you.
ตีน้อยหรือชาบูชิดีตีน้อย
This A lane now. Do you play with your own toxic screen that Monyet has up? Do you feel confident that he has C free of charge? Dambi's going to get
Wait, that all is...
Oh, maybe with his knife out here. What is happening in this round? Catching him looking the wrong way. Going to confirm that nobody else is towards this A side at the moment. You have to.
มันไปแล้วดัมบี้บอกมันไปแล้ว
Because there's a bit of time for RRQ to at least get this plant. A weird state of affairs.
10 seconds left.
Things happen, but still a good pickup actually for Nongshim nonetheless. An upgrade weapon for Dambi. And now he's got a weird position to work off of.
He's waited for his team as well. It's the right decision at the moment before trying to
go
into the site.
And if they draw enough attention away, Ivy could find the right timing. Just with numbers even, you find even trades and now Pushy.
รู้ข่าว
Continuing to push
ต้อง
on
ด้าน
up.
มีสแกนมี
And Ivy, which is a good shout, but he needs a little bit more. Thinks to toss out utility, but can't quite do it because Dambi is continuing to make a lot of noise. Oh, he tried to go for the duel, unfortunately lost.
Oh my god.
Which puts Nongshim up to map point.
Yeah, เอาดีน้องชิม
That's the fast lane as well if he wanted to throw it on down, but there's just no
When will it
sense of
end? Map
comfort
4
for
Map 5
Kushi in that
depends ครับ
moment in
Map
time.
4ถ้า
1
น้องชิม
versus
วิน
3,
เนี่ย
as soon as his position is revealed, Nongshim know what they
มันคือ
need
the
to
best
do.
neon in the world จริงเว้ย best neon ก็จะบ้านเรา best Vito ก็จะบ้านเรา เอาดี
Imagine a world in which
คะแนนเท่าไหร่ล่ะครับตอนนี้ 1-1 เท่ากันครับอันนี้แมป3ละ Lonely Boy
come into play. Could have been a very different result though. 7 map points now to play for Nongshim. Mass amount of numbers, and again, the be all and end all could be
ใช่
a
คนอุ
big
ดร
ult
best
round
Vito
if they need.
แต่ให้
This
เลย
round though is ill-equipped for RRQ.
wait โอ้
Bulldog, Phantom,
JJaz the best streamer โอ้ thank
Vector
you
Stinger,
ครับ
and Sheriff.
W ครับ
A TP thrown in.
แต่ใครหรอไม่ใช่ครับเขาชื่อยูดาทอนครับผมก็เรียกเขาคนอุดร
The sites make them guess where this might have gone to. And it's going to be the C site that they will gain as their territories, but no real safe ultimates to drop in. No lockdown of their own for Xfero, no pit for Monyet.
In fact, it's going to be the lockdown possibly for Ivy. He hears the footsteps though, so not quite deploying it yet. There he goes. And Nongshim just don't look worried whatsoever. All the guns from RQ dumped into garage and they try to fend it off.
What is this?
Going in.
Oh my.
He's going on for a tear. 3 kills to his belt. And it's just Xfero to try to stave this off. Onto the spike, it's stuck on the defuse. And Xfero, X-Ross, he's not letting go. Nongshim take it home, 13-5. They will not be stopped. The Burning Crusade will go on into the next map.
That was very convincing to come through from Nongshim Red Force. Starting on the attack here, I mean, the 9-3, they are just dictating the pace of this series now. Comfortable in the lead.
Why them be bad?
That OT didn't happen map 1, by the way. This would be done 3-0. That's what could have happened right now, but RRQ, the fact that they
มีแค่ทารอนที่หยุดได้
won and that they won OT makes sure that they are still in this series. The next map up for grabs for these teams is Abyss. Nongshim
จบวันนี้ได้ดูอีเมลต่อพอดีเลยใช่ครับถ้ามันจบภายใน 2 ทุ่มแต่ว่าจะรีอีก1 รอบนะสตรีมอ่ะโอเคไหมทุกคนดูยุโรปอ่ะแล้วหวังว่าหลังจากนั้นก็ไม่ต้องรีแล้วนะครับหวังว่าหลังจากนั้นก็จะมีปัญหาอะไรแล้วอีเมลมากี่โมง 2 ทุ่มเฮ้ยนักแข่งเขาปรับภาพกันขนาดไหนหรอ 1,900 ครับถ้าบีดีเป็น IGL จะว่าเราไหวกับน้องชิมจะว่าเราไหว
It's a little bit tough for RRQ, especially walking into their opponent's map pick. So Nongshim trying to remove RRQ from their throne. This could be quite precarious territory.
And the interesting thing for me as well going into this next map is it's not really one that we've seen from these teams at all. For Nongshim, nada. Throw it back into
ถ้าดูอ่ะ RQ ถ้าดูหนองทิมอ่ะแผนมันดูเหมือนไม่มีอะไรแต่มันเฟกดีนะเว้ยมันรีเทคก็ดีนะแบบเป็นแผนเป็นสเต็ปอ่ะรีแบบแยกไลฟ์ใช่แยกไลฟ์VCT Pacific 1ยุโรป1สกอร์เท่าไหร่ครับ2-1ครับหนองทิมตอนนี้อีก5 นาทีเริ่มทุกคนผมมาเข้าน้ำก่อนได้ไหมเข้าน้ำแบบเว็บเดม RQ32 ของโอ้โหมันจบ3 ทุ่มเลยเหรอวะอุ๊ยเข้าน้ำแบบเดี๋ยวมาแค่เริ่มกินข้าวได้นะทุกคน
ไอจัสแอบไปรูดขลุ่ยหรอ กูได้ยินนะจัสซีกเซเวนซีกเซเวนซีกเซเวนไม่ต้องโกหกหรอกจัสคนกันเองใช่ปะซีกเซเวนซีกเซเวนซีกเซเวนซีกเซเวน
โอ้ยเอ้ยอาจารย์คนเขาเข้าห้องน้ำอยู่ดีแม่งติ๊กเซเว่นในห้องน้ำกูจะบ้าไอ้เหี้ยตลกไม่กูยืนชี้อยู่ให้กูทำอย่างนี้เหรอติ๊กเซเว่น what the fuck เปิดบทก่อนแป๊บนึงแมปอะไรวะแมป4โอ้ไม่แบงครับ It's my keyboard โอเคมันได้ยินแค่ตอนซิกซี่มันได้ยินตั้งแต่เริ่มอ่ะไอ้เหี้ยตั้งแต่เริ่มอ่ะคืออะไรก่อนน่ะพี่จัดใช้ไวเปอร์วี3 โปรมานานยังปีหนึ่งละปีหนึ่งละไม่นานนะเนี่ยปีหนึ่งอ่ะน้องชิมRQแมป4อบิทับใช่อบิสพี่ภูมิใจที่เกิดเป็นคนไทยไหมครับภูมิใจครับแต่ไม่ใช่ภูมิใจไทยนะน้องไม่เอานะอันนี้เก็บก่อนนะครับ เฮียไอ้สัตว์กูดักไว้ก่อนเลยเฮียเดี๋ยวไม่บอกไอ้จันภูมิใจไทยปรับสกอร์มึงนะตอนนี้สกอร์2-1ครับมีปัญหาอะไรไหมครับระยะเวลาปีหนึ่งไม่มีเลยครับชอบจัดปีหนึ่ง
We are about to find out who will be going to Santiago. The first team from Pacific is going to be Nongshim or RRQ, and I gotta say, Nongshim is off to a really good start. I'm your host, Victoria. Big time. It's been a long freaking night full of good games.
Yeah, I mean, it's Nongshim really starting to heat up now, settle into this series, and they ran away with Haven. RRQ barely managing to find anything there.
Yo, 9 out of 9 post plans.
ถ้ามีแมป5จะดูคู่นี้หรือไปดูอีเมลแชทเอาว่าไงถ้ามีแมป5ดูอันนี้หรือดูยุโรปคิดว่าดูอันที่จบแล้วค่อยไปดูยุโรปไหม
He wants to trap you as you're trying to plant. RRQ couldn't find a way to do that. Then they're left up giving up the site, and you just can't retake. You don't have the utility to be able to pull that off. So it's not surprising.
คิดว่าไงทุกคน
Disrupt. They need to be ahead of this. Once again, Nongshim incredibly well.
เป็นแมป5เลยนะมันได้เป็นมาสเตอร์เลยนะเนี่ยวันยุโรปมีอะไรฟนาติกไวทัลิตี้เจนเทลเมดกับBPL
There's plenty of time. Could have been me. Plenty of time.
And why?
ดูมาตั้งนานเดี๋ยวมันไม่รู้ตอนจบอ่ะเนาะ
Nongshim, absolutely. Their pacing on this map has been phenomenal, and it's really caught RRQ off guard there.
Yeah. Look, you had a better game from Kushi there. Chemka did pretty decent on the Neon, but overall wasn't enough.
MIBR วันไหนนะวันนี้วะวันนี้6 โมงเช้าพรุ่งนี้6 โมงเช้า
Coaching staff preparation for RRQ has been phenomenal from Nongshim, but the job is not done yet, and now we're flying blind. Abyss and what's the fifth map? Breeze. Yeah.
แข่งเร็วหมดเลยทำไมมันแข่งเร็วหมดเลยวะไม่เข้าใจว่ะ
There is no coach prep that's going to win you those maps, so this is where you know you got to figure it out on the fly a little bit more.
ถ้ามาคุยถึงเก็บซูปหน่อยไหมเก็บซูปเดี๋ยวเริ่มวันจันทร์ครับ
They've used their time very well to understand what RRQ have already shown and how to counter it. And they brought those counters here today. RRQ playing in a very similar way from what we've seen in the past on all 3 of these maps.
What did they do with their 2 weeks? I'm actually not sure.
I think they've been drilling down. I think they're trying to
เล่นรุ่นเราจัดไฟดับอีเหี้ย
these maps that we've
บัด
not
เดียว
seen.
ดังอย่าง
That's
แม่
my
ง
hope
วัง
for
เวง
RRQ
แวว
is
สะดุ้งแล้วเลี้ยวแลชะเงหาเห็นโยคีสีรุ้งพุ่งออกมา
Let's talk a little bit about Haven because both of these teams really got on it.
เราเลยขอลาไปหา
I mean, it's exactly what you want to see on a bonus. Just no
เธอทันทีครับผม
into the B
กดให้
side. Danby fast lane across the
ไม่โดนลิขสิทธิ์หรอครับเห็นชอบเป็นเสียงกันก็ปิดครับตรงไหนที่มันโดนผมก็ปิดครับ
very quick post plant. You disrupt the links and put yourself in a winnable position, and this got Nongshim off to the races on the attacking side. It was very
ร้านจำแบบเพิ่งกินข้าวเสร็จจัดป่าอมพูดแล้วอยากกินกาแฟเลยว่า
one of 9 post plants.
สุนทรภู่ครูกวีขี่ฮอนน่าเหยียบ105กูลืมไปแล้วไอ้สัตว์ตอนมัธยมแม่งคุยแต่งทีไรไม่จะพูดเทียนกันอ่ะ หาไฟแดงแรงชิบหายหนองชิมซีซั่นนี้น่ากลัวจังวะน่ากลัวจริงครับมาดูกันแมปต่อไปเนี่ยหนองชิมเลือกมาจะเป็นยังไงเพราะมันแข่งโบ3กับโบ5มากสุด8แมปแต่ปกติของแมปเลยเริ่มขึ้นเร็วแม่งไอ้นี่หมดเลยนะเว้ยแบบเปลี่ยนตารางหมดเลยแต่มันก็แปลกอยู่นะตารางอ่ะแต่ปกติอเมริกาเริ่มกี่โมงวะตี 4ป่าวตี 5จะเริ่มตี 3สัตว์2 ชั่วโมงเราจะรู้ได้ไงครับว่าตรงไหนลิขสิทธิ์ดอมมันตอนแต่ก่อนมันก็ไม่รู้หรอกครับแต่ตอนนี้มันรู้แล้วเพิ่มงงมากไงครับจะดูฟานาติกไหมดูครับแต่ดูแปซิฟิกให้จบก่อนนะแล้วค่อยฟานาติกนะแต่ว่าตอนยุโรปเดี๋ยวผมรีสตรีมนะครับทุกคนนะเพราะมันเก็บไว้เป็นอันเดียวเลย
stepping up for this team. But another player I want to talk about, it's your boy Monyet. And we were talking about this. We kind of missed seeing him on the Neon.
เมื่อคืนย้ำตาเทียสไอ้เหี้ยโดนลิคุกอะโดนน้องชายคุกจัดอะไอ้เหี้ย
จัสสตรีมบ่อยๆหลายๆวันจัสไม่เจ็บคอหรอแล้วเสียงหายไหมนี่จัสอย่าลืมดูแลตัวเองด้วยนะถ้าเสียงหายก็หาซื้อเอานะ300ก็ได้แล้วมังจัสเสียงนี้ไงซีกเซเวนซีกเซเวนซีกเซเวนซีกเซเวน
ปกติแปซิฟิกเริ่มบ่าย 3อีมี5 ทุ่ม NAT 5ใช่แชทมีใครได้ตามข่าวอะไรบ้างไหมตอนนี้มันมีข่าวอะไรบ้างไหมวะขอเช็คแป๊บตอนนี้มันมีข่าวอะไรบ้างปะวะไทยรัฐไว้ใจได้ใช่ไหมวะเอาจริง
Yeah, I think we all want to see it, and right now this team definitely needs it. And we were talking about this at the very beginning on map 1. We're kind of seeing a stylistic change come in from both teams, where Nongshim is being a little bit more disciplined here, and RRQ, you know, has a lot of support.
นี่ไงQR มีแต่เรื่อง QR code นะตอนเนี้ยชมรีเมียน้ำใหม่กตเสียงบินเพราะบนใบมีโค้ดอ้าวทำไมมันยังไม่เริ่มอ่ะมันจะเริ่มแล้วไม่ใช่หรออุ้ยโอ้โหหวานเจี๊ยบอ่ะโอ้โหมันยังบอกหวานเจี๊ยบอ่ะนมโอ้โหอะไรโคตรน่ากินอ่ะมันมาม่าเกาหลีเลยอ่ะโอ้ยเจมกินเจมตาเหรอโอ้ยไม่เห็นแล้วไม่หิวเลยว่ะเราต้องยอมรับว่าใช่ครับเราต้องมันทำอะไรไม่ได้ครับตอนเนี้ยผมมาจากอนาคตหนองชิม18-16มอนเติมอ่ะแล้วพี่เดนกลับมาจริงไหมไม่จริงอันนี้หลอก
I feel like Nongshim have won those 2 maps and really should have won Corrode through excellent prep from the coaching staff, through understanding what RRQ showed, but now they don't have that tape. So we know that RRQ are not playing in the same way as all these other teams. They're not running as much double duelist. They're going away from the meta. So now the pressure is on those players in the server.
นับถือศาสนาอะไรนะ6 เว้น
tells you how long this series is going. This is a long night for this team right now, but if there's anyone, especially Amon, yet fueling up, I think this is going to be very dangerous as they step onto Abyss. Now, the last time we saw these teams play was last year on Abyss. It was champs for RRQ, and it was a
ไม่เอายุโรปใช้อะไรมือวาดสกอร์บอร์ดไอ้ออกจากเท่หรอโอ้ยเริ่มได้แล้วเดี๋ยวยุโรปมันไม่ทันเฮ้ยแปซิฟิกขอร้องล่ะ
Yeah, I think we saw Nongshim in off-season as well play it a little bit, but I don't know if I've necessarily ever been super convinced by their Abyss, particularly in Ascension. It was quite shaky.
เห็นกลับมารันเซนไอมิเซอร์โอ้ถ้ากลับมานะเฮียโคตร W อ่ะกูบอกเลยอ่ะมันจะ W จัดอ่ะ
Could I, you know, a little theory here with Jovi being on town.
นักแข่งพักกินกล้วยกับทุกคนแต่มันเย็นคือเอาอิ่มอ่ะสวยเลยอ่ะไฮไลท์ที่3เหรอใช่ครับฟอกไปดับครับฟอกว่าไงเที่ยววันนี้มันไม่ใช่วันของผมเลยเว้ย
really bring that to life here. I think on the side of Nongshim, I think in my mind at this point, I would expect them to stick with Yoru Neon. I think it makes the most sense.
Abyss and Breeze are not really Yoru Neon maps.
Yeah,
like we're getting into maps that are not necessarily suited to Nongshim's patented style and more kind of favorable to how RRQ likes to play usually.
I mean,
iPhone 8 กูจอค้างขึ้นไลน์แล้วจัด what the fuck เริ่มรัวแล้ว
because you're having so much success with it.
I'm pretty sure they played Waylay Yoru in the off-season, if I remember correctly, and then we had that really wacky kind of role swappy comp on Ascension. So I'm not sure. I would like to see Nongshim do neither of those things, and like you said, just do something that works for them. Just
คนชื่อเอ็กซ์ร้อนดุมากเหรอดุมากครับเล่นโคตรดีอ่ะเอ็กซ์ร้อนอ่ะ
No one was playing Neon on Breeze very much, but they were just like
เล่นดีมากๆครับ
sorry, on Split rather. They were just like, look, we'll play Neon KO that no one else is playing because that's what fits us.
I feel like regardless of meta, if it's the best thing for your players, then it's the best thing to do for your team. I've always been a big believer in you need to make your people feel comfortable in that server, and they're clearly so comfortable on your.
ได้เห็นรัฐบาลมาอย่างเห็นแล้วไม่ไหววะ
There'll be a little bit of doubt in there, creeping in their heads of like, okay, I have to adapt. I have to change.
โอ้ยสู้ๆครับไปได้200บวกนะเป็นกำลังใจให้นะครับผม
Yeah, he could be on the waylay. Remember when Danby used to play the waylay?
ไม่ได้นะครับ
First came out.
ในดิดดอเนี่ยวะ
Was a different beast.
That was not good. That was not good viewing.
อันไหนอ่ะ
I'm sure he's learned
I'm
a
sure
lot
they've
since
worked on
then.
it.
Yeah.
Please tell me they've worked on it.
I mean, it's a very popular pick at the moment. Nongshim does pick this mount. They will start out on the defensive side, and indeed, you will see Dandy back on the waylay, Francis on the Yoru. It's double controller. It's a very stock standard.
ทำไมเองไม่ไปเขียนโค้ดสร้าง UI ใหม่ให้รีออดใหม่อะบังแต่ช่วงนี้ผมกำลังคิดภาษาคอมอันใหม่กับเพื่อนอยู่ภาษาชื่อว่าซีเซเวนซีเซเวนซีเซเวนซีเซเวน
ภาษาเฮียไม่แล้วอันนี้คืออะไรเนี่ยคือทำไมหน้าคู่มันใครเลยวะเฮ้ยมันรู้พี่อะไรเนี่ย
The punchiness of the brimstone build up a lead on this attacker side. I think I like this so much more. I'm happy that they're going back to double duelist.
นนอันนี้ไหนอะส่วนตัวหรอหรือในดิจันหรอหรือว่าไงวะอ๋อไอคลิป TikTok หรอคลิป TikTok หรอโอเคเดี๋ยวจบแบบนี้ดูแล้วโอเคตอนแรกหาไม่เจอไม่รู้ว่าไหนเล่นดีจนลืมปืนเปอร์เซียไปเลยแล้วแต่จริงนะเว้ยอันนี้จริงนะแพ้0-1ใช่ครับไม่ต้องไบนารี่นะครับ0-1ครับตอนนี้เรา6-7นะครับดูวินไม่จัดดูครับดูอันนี้จบก่อนแล้วค่อยดูวินนะโอเคไหม
They had some pretty decent runs with that as well, just losing to Billy in overtime for a bit there. Zeta Division locally ran this comp here as well. But for me, RRQ's choice. We've seen this played by Gentlemates that has some great success over in EMEA. So what are they picking from there? What have they potentially liked over there? And also from Crew when they did manage to beat well in a close affair. So we'll see what happens in this mid-soiree that Nongshim are removing RRQ from.
มาแชทยินดีต้อนรับสู่แมตช์ที่4นะครับผมตอนนี้หนองชิมนำอยู่ 2-1 แบบนี้หนองชิมเป็นคนเลือกนะครับอย่าลืมโหวตกันด้วยครับผมส่วนแดมบี้เล่นเวเลมาดูกันครับจะเป็นยังไงอย่าลืมโหวตนะจบเร็วจบไวรีสตรีมดูยุโรปต่อนะครับโอเคไหมใช่ยุโรปมาไวเกินไม่รู้เหมือนกันโอ้โห
Yeah, you're not wrong, but theirs is in the water and now they might be sinking. The one that we're...
Well, either way though, up for this round at least. Just all the pistols going the right way for RRQ. I mean for Nongshim, excuse me.
เปิดพิสตอลมานะกดจัดเลย
Well,
ว่ะ
the pistol round does go Nongshim's way. They have been pretty good with those. We'll put it there. Now we got to see how deep they're going to go with this defensive side as well. Because those shots didn't look too convincing from Darby, but they do switch on over and he will at least make it work. Same for Ivy.
Dipping in and out of the smoke as well. Look at that evisceration on the back cushion. But the spike dropped as well. Not quite retrievable because there are so many players from Nongshim all surrounding the site. It's simple kills. Yeah, it will indeed be a second flawless.
Yeah, well, I mean, it looked awkward at the very beginning for Darby, don't get me wrong, but hey, it's fine. Let's throw it up to adjusting on the waylay, even though it's just shooting bullets at the end of the day. 2-0 for Nongshim to start off on this defensive side. They're going to be happy with how this has transitioned from the last map and the map previously as well.
มันจะมีโอกาสแบบ5ไหม
Because this is what they chose to come through, right? Previously, we've been seeing Abyss floated by Nongshim in all the series. Every single time, their opponents second-banded it. So they've been happy to play this map, but haven't just yet. On the flip side for RRQ, they banned it. And then Paper X banned it for them. So have they been hiding things? Have they not felt comfortable on this map yet? These are questions that we don't really know until either we interview them or see them with success in this series.
ส่วนนี้คุณ
They do get into the A side.
They do have some strats, surely, but it's all getting slowed down thanks to Nongshim. Flash getting sent across, X-Ross on the off angle. It's set up with RP as well. Low HP, surely, but RQ just cannot find entry past this choke.
6 HP for RB. He's
แต่
got
ดูมี
background steps
ดูเวลาพี่นะ
available, so he's got an option to get out.
เฉยๆอ่ะ we hit
Upgrade the weapon,
wait
which I don't believe was spotted by Xfero, but it doesn't really matter. Although
ไปบีเหรอ
to a degree it kind of does. This would be the bonus round for Nongshim, and you've got
มึงคิดดูดิบนนั้นมันถือออกมายิงแล้วอ่ะ
for the Indonesian side now as well. How do you route this map that you've got no tape on your opponents, that you yourselves are flying without instruments?
It all comes down to eyesight, vision, and in that
ไม่มีใครมาช่วยบีหน่อยเหรอ
Ivy, look at him. Tucked away neatly.
The big thing for Ivy is
ไปแล้วไปแล้วโรเทตกันแล้วโรเทตกันแล้ว
depending on how low RRQ let this one drop down before making noise. And now they've made that noise.
10 วิ
Seconds.
10 วิไอวี่ไอวี่
Time to strike! Oh, it's a
Oh my.
perfect double kill. Looks for the third as well, but goes down to it. Francis will pick it up at the end with an operator. Nongshim off to the bonus.
Well, they are coming away with pistols and bonuses or close third rounds time and time again. This is the right time to do it as well with the investment of the operator. Francis puts a close down to it. As Monyet cannot open up onto that A site, the trades start to come through, but again, I mentioned Ivy for that specific reason. Time goes down with the Spectre, the drive-by action, just making sure that you are a problem for RRQ's chances in this round. It's a little bit hungry for the crazy guy kill, don't get me wrong, but his teammates are there. He's drawing the time on down. He does it well.
น้องชิมจะส่งเราไปดู
Now
อีเม
very
เหรอวะ
well needs to be high noon for RRQ. These sheriffs in
Hello
possession.
bro what's up bro Phil how you doing man
Not really seen it too much though. For Nongshim to just
ปีที่แล้วกลางๆ
over majority of the
ปีนี้คนละ
territory.
เรื่องเลยว่ะ
Well, if you can slide out here and find that advantage, it would be nice. Monyet gonna
Who you
send it in
supporting?
with dash
I was
as
going for
well.
RRQ but
And straight into the
God
crossfire.
damn Nongshim looks good what's up man
Yeah, even with the clone also, it's just not going to be able to do
จบนี้ลง
much.
ทีมแล้วขึ้นใหม่มาดูฟนาติกใช่ไหม
Perfect
ใช่
layout with the flash out from RB and simple pickups from Nongshim.
4-0
Couple of casualties, but it's all good.
Well, the earliest we've seen RRQ go for these time rounds is at the end of round 5, beginning of round 6. Map number 1, map number 2. Are we going to need it a little bit earlier? Or
ไปร้านไหน
not?
วะฟิว
A buy presence in this round now. And different looks that the teams really need to adjust. What have they liked from their scrims? What have they seen so far in this map for the chances of getting on the board for RRQ? Where are you thinking this operator might be
เอ
repositioned
ใน
for
ใน
Francis,
ตั้ง
for
สินใช่
example? If you don't exactly know, smoke off the lines that you want to try and go for. Not going to get spot by it in mid.
Hope the recon does, but because it doesn't, Francis gets a go.
next time I'll go join two bro
Gets out of dodge as well. 16 HP, but it does not matter.
2 ทุ่มหนีไปดู EMA ไหมจบอันนี้ก่อนครับ แล้วค่อยไป
Somewhere. That's crazy guy. Does find the right timing to get across free of charge. Ivy
เห็นไหมเห็นปะว่าเมื่อกี้เห็นปะ
expecting this angle at the moment.
Just holding on to it while the team slowly comes on over.
เต็มกินไม่รันแล้วจริง
Francis does have the right line as well, though. Spots out the foot. Tries to line up the shot, but Jemkin gets ahead. And now it's time for Crazy Guy to make a move, but no, Ivy!
Wait, Ivy นึกว่าตาย
Around the edge of the smoke, just one kill, but it's still not enough because the entirety of Nongshim will continue to fold in space.
เดี๋ยวนะเมื่อกี้มันรู้อยู่เหรอไม่ใช่เหรอว่ามันอยู่ตรงนั้น มันปิงบอกเพื่อนด้วยว่ามันอยู่ตรงนั้น แต่ไม่มีใครมองเลย
Really played with discipline. Knows what line he needs to hold, does so convincingly. Really thought he found the final frag as well, by the way, as he peels away from it. That is a sinister shot from Xros. See it on the replay here. Thought he got the final kill there because he stinked him through the corner of the wall with extra bullets then. Xros gets the eventual trade. And all you can do is laugh that one off because you didn't think that you got that kill. There's the timeout that comes through from RRQ. I said it earlier, end of round 5 is the earliest that we've seen them. They're going to have to do it again here because we have a brutal start by Nongshim Red Force.
I mean, how many maps have we seen this already? The past 2. This is not how you want to start things off.
6, 7
This is better.
Yeah.
This is better.
ใครนำครับ
The
ตอนนี้
4-1
น้องชิม
and
ครับ
the 4-1.
This time it's a 5-0.
เฮ้ยโปเกมอนเหรอแชทกระจูเหรอ
Call the police.
อีกอ่ะอีกอ่ะ
Pressure starting to build up
เสียง
on
เหมือน
the
ปะ
side of RRQ. Yep. Sure is, and they're either going to crumble or be turning into a diamond if they can come back in towards this one and try
เกา
and
หลี
turn
ที่
this
ใหม่
into
ได้เข้ามาเตอร์สักที
give themselves a fresh amount of air on that map because this is
นั่นไง
not
ถ้วย
looking
ถ้วย
smooth at all.
พี่จะมีอะไรบอกดีไอไหมเว้ย
Pushy donuts.
ถ้าเสียงมันเป็นแบบนี้ตอนเด็กกูคงฝันร้ายโอ้โห
Step up in this series.
กูทำไม่
In
ได้
this
แล้ววะ
map, here and now. Maybe not this round with what you have to go and
ไม่
find
แล้วมึง
with
คิดดู
Stinger,
คิวแพ้วันนี้
Sheriffs.
พรุ่งนี้มันแข่งโบ3ถ้ามันแพ้อีกอ่ะ
Waylay as
แล้ววัน
well,
ต่อไป
so
มันต้องแข่งโบ
always
5
try
อีกอ่ะ
for different
โอ้
responsibilities.
ย
Yep, this time around at least. Oh, it's a 1-4 deployment for Nongshim,
ว่าไงวะ
and they want to find the information nice and early. Just step in towards main.
แล้วไปในโบ5อ่ะเมื่อกี้โบ5มันโบ5หมดอ่ะ
in the trade variety. Now Ivy, you got to be prepared.
วันนี้โบ5พรุ่งนี้โบ
Could very well
5วันอาทิตย์โบ
Oh no, he actually eats a shot. And a second one thanks to that stinger.
5พรุ่งนี้มีโบ
Spike
3คู่หนึ่งครับ
hand it over, RRQ. This is the time that you kind of consider using these ults though if you need to. Darby convergent pass.
บัดดี้ม่วงมาจากไหนหรอไอดีนักแข่งมันมีทุกบัดดี้อะครับ
The tapping of the spike. And it gives enough time for RB to slot himself in. Taken down by Monyet though, so that's a weapon now picked up.
Okay.
Jemkin wants to figure out where these three members are going to be mounting this retake from. We'll confirm all three, indeed. Convergent paths. And Dabby looks to fly in across. No shots just yet until Cushy
เรียนไปเฮียเมื่อกี้
catches him on his landing. At the same time, though, with flashes sent across, still not quite enough because Monyet, with the weapon picked up, manages to scrounge up the
ฟนาติก
thrifty
จะเริ่ม
from
แล้ว
RRQ.
รอก่อนฟนาติก
He
อ่ะ
needed to step
เอานี่
into
ก่อน
the
ได้ไหม
server,
ให้มันจบ
and
ก่อน
this
นะ
time he was on 0. Now he goes to the top of the team with 4. That's the absence of frags that we've seen from RRQ.
แต่เชียร์ใครเอาหนองชิมอ่ะให้มันจบอ่ะ
So far in this map, a thrifty will start them off.
มีทุกบัดดี้อ่ะมีทุกสกิน
They'll
ไอ้ดีนัก
steal
แข่ง
a couple of these guns as well that they'll need because they have to mount majority of rifle rounds now as a bit of a comeback style in this map. Get fired up.
พี่ใช้จอกี่เคหรอครับ Full HD หรือกี่เฮิร์ตพี่ใช้จอ Full HD ครับ360เฮิร์ต24 นิ้วครับของโซวีปกติเริ่มกี่โมง2 ทุ่มครับ2 ทุ่ม
You see the gate crash, you note it. Damn, going to be tasked to destroy that, remove possibilities from RRQ as the smokes. Well, they're going to get the better of Francis.
กูไม่ชอบปืนนี้เลยกูพูดจริง
By the edge of it as well. Jemkin will be able to break open, look for an A split, trying to go in quick. Got the smoke set up to continue to block off vision from Nongshim, but Nongshim hovering right around as well gives them a slight chance. Dabby tries to step across, but at the same time, it's Monyet's turn to deploy convergent paths. Does slow down his opponents, gives his team safe enough space to possibly get the spike in, but RB still
เกิดเฮียอะไรขึ้นอยู่เนี่ย
sets
เมา
up
จั
the
ดอ่ะ
runway.
โอ้ย
Extra steps through.
โอ้ย
Step square in the skull. No chance of recovery. Hang on. Xpharaoh though, he's not backing down. Low HP as well, but he tries to get too
Oh
much.
my god
Punishes him for his greed, and it's Nongshim up another round. Man, oh man, you're talking about the greed from that one. How greedy was that from Xpharaoh, planting his feet, eating up the opponents. That is absolutely disgusting to come through from him with the shots there. So clean.
โอ้โห full stun crazy เลย
Anyways, but just look at this.
Oh.
The taps, the angles that he holds. It is amazing. The way that he's just stepping up in
They know me for my one tap.
his series so far. And RRQ, they're going to go back to that whiteboard. They need to start drawing a pretty picture on it with those markers. It's not the weaponry you want going in towards this round. Up through the ledge though, in towards the site, and Cushy, well, first casualty. Yeah, they're trying to draw Nongshim out of the open as well, and they managed to do somewhat just that. Orbital deployed as well, and it gives them a bit more spacing to push on through. A couple weapons picked up as well. Spike planted, but here comes Dambi. He's spotted by the edge. No spike plant given, and now it's a chance, perhaps, for Nongshim to step through, gain control. The spike is down on the floor though. This is a very difficult position to try and find it.
ปืนมึงน่ารักมากเลยว่ะ
But he's only got a bloody shorty. That's not going to work out. There's some damage done onto RB. However, Monyet, Jemkin, if there were two
Wait a minute,
names
by time,
wanted alive,
these are two that you would generally put up there.
Only utility here is Jemkin's blind side. You still need to get the plant in though, and in all that time,
this flank from RB is great.
โอ้โหบิ๊กแรงว่ะ
right all the way through. Danby tries to pull the attention across. RQ thinks otherwise, and Jemkin suddenly spins around. It's a headshot on towards Danby. RB makes a move, now revealed, and RRQ finds
กูอยากรู้จริงมันเอาช็อตตี้ไปแฝงทำไมวะคนมีปืนไม่เอาช็อตตี้ไปแฝง
Overcommitment and peeking on the sight from the Nongshim members straight into the crosshairs of the pistols. Some great shots to come through from RRQ in these situations of dire straits and dire consequences should they lose them as well, especially these next couple of rounds. If this half gets away from them, it could be very, very worrisome for the exchange of the halves. So getting that round definitely needed.
ต้องชิมมาเล่นดีแต่ว่ามันดูดิบจริงเพื่อนตอนเนี้ย
Too hard at the economy. There will be a buy immediately next. There could have even been a bit more investment in this round from Nongshim, but they're going to play on the safer stage.
คนที่รายการนั้นจะทำไมนักแข่งส่วนใหญ่ที่ไม่ใช่หรือว่าแล้วแต่ความชอบครับกะ
So you're just going to bank on what you can find TP'd in, Francis. With all the smokes and stars set up by RRQ.
Xros just
อันไหนดูรีเทค
do something here.
โดนมา
The Hunter's Fury
ตัด
online.
ไปสโลมายังไง
No angle just yet.
Right here.
It's even more utility. They're trying to set things up in with light speed, but look at how much.
What is going on? What is going on? What? Oh my God! What is going on?
He's rubbed it away. He hops up at the end of the TP. Now back onto the spike, he taps. It draws more attention. RQ not crumbling though, because X-Pharaoh is here and he's stable. Down to Ivy, onto the Classic, and there's a slight chance. More utility spent in, but at this point, surely you don't have time.
I thought the round was done. It's got to spray the floor, but there's still an opponent alive.
เกิดเฮียอะไรขึ้นวะอย่างงงเลย
Moments as well. That TP from RB at the top of the site. Mon yet. You'd be vicious given that he's using scroll wheel to change weapons as he brings out the knife before the shorty.
โอ้สโลไม่ลงหรอวะแชทใช่ปะ
Investments for the ult as well for the Hunter's Fury. I mean, you could consider it maybe a little bit costly. You draw that out as Nongshim, you'll take that as a bit of a positive. But this is where you start to see a little bit of stability for the econ of RRQ.
เชียร์โคตรตึงโคตรตึงโคตรเครียดโคตรตึงโคตรเครียดอะ
Chase.
แกโซบะเอาตี
Go join. Go ulti. Ready?
ฝากบอกเซนหน่อยค่ะงอนยุอย่ามั่วแต่ดูแข่ง
เซนครับอยากจะดูแข่งขันเป็นงอนนะ
They can put the pressure on Francis, get out of the drift perhaps and isolate him in a bit of a duel as Darby's going to get caught.
Hunter's Fury deployed as well. No drift just yet. He does get crash away though, but at the same time, this gives RQ a bit more initiative.
Well, they're into the site. Can they establish the plant? Can they hold it as well? We saw the success from Nongshim on the last map in post-plant style.
RB attempted a flank again though, and this time Cushy
โอ้ยเล่นดีว่ะเจนว่ะ
drone out, spotted out.
เรานี่ได้
Call to save.
เซฟแล้ว
Potentially so. This operator is going to be a pretty premium to hold on towards as well.
Yep.
There it is. Get out. Hold
วันนี้พึ่งน้อยเหรอเดี๋ยวตามไปดูนะอันนั้นน่ะโอเคไหม
RRQ string 3
แต่ยิงคมกับวางแผนอันไหนชนะมากกว่ากัน
Nongshim as well in this current juncture.
ยิงคมในเชิงนี้หมายถึงว่ายิงชนะทุกคนเหรอ
before going into this next round.
หรือแค่แบบยิงคมแบบธรรมดา
for a early call. Figure things out to try and establish a lead at the half instead of a potential tied scoreline.
โอ้โหเท่ากันไหมเนี่ย
Handy, but otherwise this is a very good, quick and pacey recovery coming through from RQ.
คมๆเลยแบบยิงเป็นอย่างเดียวเหรอ
I think it was just more importantly waiting for the wake-up call for a
ว่านะถ้าสมมติแบบคมๆยิงเป็นอย่างเดียว5 คนว่าก็ชนะได้ชนะว่ะ
a bit too long.
คนสุดท้ายมึงจะเล่นแผนที่อะไรก็ช่างอ่ะแต่ถ้ามึงมาวัดกูก็โดนยิงอ่ะไอ้เงี้ยมันเกมยิงอ่ะ
behind the save looks like for Nongshim going for the 1-4. Heavy lean at the right side of the map. I mean, oh, this could be pretty good for them or pretty bad.
เฮ้ยอันนี้คุ้นๆอันนี้เหมือนกูเห็นมาก่อนสะพานนะเมื่อกี้
Jemkin manages to find one through it all. Francis feels the need to back off convergent path, so makes things a little bit more troublesome.
เอาแล้วเริ่มรัวแล้ว
that
เริ่ม
should be
ลวนแล้ว
finding the third kill. This round is
5-0
done.
มา
Those initial fights working for Nongshim, just blinded up. Shots come out from RRQ. The second layer coming from the convergent pass of Monyet as well, just slowing things
อา
for
การเริ่มออก
Not able to shoot with that Guardian, and well, that's job done. Too powerful.
M8
to get in
or
towards
EBBL
that B
M8
side.
ครับ
As Francis and Ivy going to hold on to these guns because they need it for the last
เป้า
round
จุด
of
เล็ก
this
หรือเป้า
half.
จุดใหญ่ดีกว่าแล้วแต่เลยครับ
With pennies
ว่า
otherwise.
เราถนัด
See a world in which Danby gets the conversion pass available. Maybe likewise for RB on from the shadows too.
ถามโง่ๆที่ยิงคมมันชนะวางแผนแล้วทำไมฟูเซนตกรอบที่10คิดไอเวนเครื่องหมายสี่เหลี่ยมสตรีมเมอร์เดลีบอย
Because if we
เอา
saw this
ก็
RRQ
เอามันก็เรื่องเอม
from
ด้วยไม่
round
เล่า
one.
ไอ้เหี้ยคือมันยิงโดนมากกว่าเรา มันก็ชนะสิอ่ะหรือไม่ใช่อ่ะ
Great time for
ถ้าเรา
RRQ
ยิง
to
โดน
come
มากกว่า
back
มัน
up,
เราก็
but
ชนะไหม
Portal closed.
อ่ะหรือไม่จริง
Francis hold this gun.
Lights out.
Not caught lacking.
should be enough time for them to bring it across.
3 BB มีปัญหาตั้งแต่บ่าย 2ยังไม่หายเลยพี่จัดโอ้โห ของพี่จัดวันนี้ก็เป็นเว้ยบ้านแดงอ่ะเอ้ยมันแดงอ่ะ
This is pretty good.
If you remove the first
ไอ้
five
จัดหลอก
rounds, sure.
ไอ้นี่หลอกว่ะ
Sure, I'll give you that. Because you could say, for Nongshim, we've been wondering what they've been preparing for this one as well, right? And the initial stages of this map were pretty good. Now, RRQ are showing up to the party. It's not even like we're seeing a lot of missed things from Nongshim, to be honest.
ทำไมเห็นภาพทานรอนแบบปีที่แล้วเหรอ
So last round of the half, let's default A, apparently the call.
มันจะคัมแบ็กเหรอ
We'll see if that is going to come out into good play for the very
โอ้
beginning,
ปืน
at
มึง
least right now.
สติงเกอร์
That's
ออฟ
where Danby is with the stinger. He
เหี้ย
would
เนี่ย
love
มันดอก
to
ปื
get
น
his
ท่อมกู
ultimate
ดอก
online.
ปืนแล้วเนี่ย
Yet is locked in.
You need to be.
Sides trained.
ไทมิ่งเลย
Both operator players or outlaw players, perhaps.
Yeah, Jemkin having that outlaw. 2 members on the side of Nongshim that will fall prey to it immediately.
โดนรีเทคทุกตาอ่ะแล้วจังหวะรีเทคยิงเขาได้เนี่ย มันก็จบเลยไหม
But you go to this B side.
ไม่ใช่ว่าถ้าเขารีเทคมาแล้วเขาไม่ยิงเขาก็ยิงเหมือนกัน
For
สิ
you already. Do it silently.
And managed to find a safe pathing through.
Time for the drift. For Francis and the rest of the squad to get in as well. Ivy with the Cosmic Divide. RRQ know this. They're going to have to keep some numbers inside the site.
สวัสดีครับเพิ่งมาครั้งแรกพี่ชื่อจัดใช่ไหมครับใช่ครับน้องชื่ออะไรครับ
Pharaoh playing the brim. Orbital strike available. Going to the tower.
ว่าไม่เก็บไว้โพสแพนหรอวะ
Does kind of slow things down after the drift gets popped, so no real way to capitalize off of it just yet, but Danby does find 1 kill as well. This could be convergent paths. Not quite though, because RRQ is digging deep, but RB now comes
มา
up.
แต่ผู้หญิงมันผู้ชายนี่มันแปลงปลอมแปลงตัวเนี่ย
Looking for a frag, unfortunately hops into his doom, and this is where Danby and X-Ross fall down as well. RRQ managed to defend the spike. They tie up the score at the end of the first
โอ้ย
half.
โอ้ยโอ้ย50มา66โอ้ยโอ้ยโอ้ยยังไง แผนดีตรงไหนกูไม่ได้บอกแผนดีกูพูดเรื่องยิงเฮ้ยคนละเรื่อง
Are they swinging the momentum in their favor though? And can they dictate the pace?
พี่ใช่สตรีมเมอร์ควายน้ำหรือเปล่า
defensive side because
จัส
now we
ให้
get
ใคร
to
โน
see
0.1 เอแท็กเอาตรงๆถูกว่ารา
for Nongshim in the
ตอนนี้
previous
เหรอ
maps. Attacking side has looked so strong from them, not giving really any space to RRQ to
แถ
be
บ
able
ผ
to
ม
play.
เปลี่ยนจากโฮกแจดไปแอนหนังทรงสว่างแล้วผมเปลี่ยนจากท่านี้หายไปแอนท่านี้แล้วตามด้วยซีกเซเวนซีกเซเวนซีกเซเวนหวานเข้าที่หวานเข้าที่หวานเข้าที่
เฮ้ยอะไรเนี่ยเนี่ย
Seen that?
เพิ่งมาแล้วซ้ำที่7 เดือนอุ้ยคืออะไรอ่ะหนองชิมเหรอ
So
อาเจจาร์อันดมิวดีครับ
It's definitely within the realm of possibility, and that would be a belter of a match.
จะดูคู่ฟนาติกไหมดูครับดู
For now, it's
แต่ว่าดูคู่นี้จบก่อนนะ
starting to wake up to the server.
โอเคไหม
Being the main
อีมีอีก10 นาทีแข่งแล้วยุโรปอ่ะ
it's gotta be the whole team though.
หลังแข่งจบมีเกมผีไม้วันนี้แข่งยาวๆครับ วันนี้มีต่ออีก2 คู่ แล้วก็ตอนเช้าอีก2 คู่
Especially when you feel like you had the win taken out.
แล้วคู่นี้5 แมปก็ดูแมป5ดูว่าใครชนะหน่อย
Maybe even the lack thereof. If Nongshim won that first map in clean variety, it would be done in this series.
แต่กูไม่ได้คิดถึง2 มาม่า
Already winning. So in the server right now, what
ในไทยมีใครไหวพี่จันไม่มีครับ
for RRQ?
พูดจริง
What do the attacks look like for Nongshim as well with Danby? Slow start on this waylay.
พี่จันวอลฟูเรียใช่ไหมครับใช่คำตาล
We know.
full squad affair for now, trying to go up the slopes all at the same time. Finding contact against Monyet.
โอ้ยโอ้ยโอ้ยโอ้ย
Crazy guy eating a shot to the top of the skull as well. Blinded, no response. Instant spike plant.
Copy paste pistol.
ดูจนตาแฉะตาชาย3 วันอะ
Seen this before.
วันนี้วันแรกเสาร์อีกวันหนึ่งอาทิตย์อีกวันหนึ่ง
No defensive side. One of the sides.
ลาโน0.1 เอแพคคูลาจัสมี
อ๋อ
คุณลินโดกุเลยเหรอ
โทษกูโดนซิกเตเว่นเข้าไปกูงงเลยเพื่อน
And RRQ just cannot find their footing.
ไม่RRQก็T1ว่ะแต่T1ตอนนี้อยู่สายกลางไม่แต่กูว่ามันมี potential จัดอะ
With the ghost looking for points to add to his alt counter. Spots out a couple more players, but of course has to consider the fact that they may be another one swinging. Oh my God, Dabby! Not like that. That's
6-7
RRQ side that went for last time on the attack with that little play because
ปวดสัตว์กูกดเข้าไปเจอ3 แอด
that's what it was, and it's kind of happened again where it favors the attackers in this style.
กูไม่รู้อ่ะกูไม่ได้ตั้งอะโทฟูมันมีเองอะ
They get both of them in this
กู
map.
ทำอะไรไม่ได้ว่ะ
They got one on Haven, they got one on Binds, and they got one on Corrode. So they do take the lead in the pistols.
จัสวันนี้เพื่อนบอกผมจะเติมเกม Richman Shop ผมเลยบอกว่า
ว่าแกทำอัพ
ก่อนกำลางมองเขาร้านจะอินกลมหวาโลแรง
ดี
Get in towards their
ขอแนะน
stairs and get away.
ำยาแมน
เขาครูดเวลปอดผายแท้เพียงรียอแท้ก็เท้านาน
ยาฮ่าฮ่า
Ah, here we go, yes. We do not want any more business in this
battle.
round. We will gift you a
เซคเคนป่วยกระดานหันดีมอนวันมาลงแทน1 เกมนะรู้ยังอันนี้ปลอมละ
8-6.
อันนี้ปลอมละ
We got the guns up now.
สอบถามนะครับวันนี้ผมเพิ่งเล่นรหัสผมเล่นกับเพื่อนแล้วผมโดนแบนแต่ผมเล่นรหัสตัวเองไม่ได้เล่นรหัสตัวเองได้เกิดจากอะไรรหัสเพื่อนเราไปทำอะไรมาหรือเปล่า
They got to start off this map. And they've got
ข่าว
some
ปลอม
pretty
นั่น
decent
ไง
weaponry
ข่าวปลอม
here from what they juggle in the previous, right? You've got your Vandal, your Phantom, some Guardian.
เพื่อนเราไปอะไรมั่วซั่วมาหรือเปล่าจัดดูวินฟานาติกไหมดูครับ
Magic happen in this round.
It's their attack as well, of course. Couple of players.
มันไม่ได้เอ็นวีมีสัญญาดิมอนวันมันจะไปได้ไงอ่ะ
If you wanted to see Xros come to the team over here, you're assuming that he's going to be droning first before anybody peeks up and offers their life free of charge. It would push Jemkin off his line, which the gate crash is still available. And he's just going to go down to the bottom of the site. So he's going to hang around for a little bit and maybe get caught trying to escape, slipping into the smoke.
Oh, that's a pretty good spot.
Yeah, not expected.
Just waits for the right opportunity. Perhaps blindside. No, he actually spams and the gate crashes back. Damby finds a shot against Crazy Guy. RRQ hearing the spike tap. They want to go in for it, but maybe the Flood not quite opening the gates just yet. 'Cause Nongshim are still around and still playing. RB slippery. Shrouded steps around the smoke and it draws some attention away. Xros, Ivy. Oh no. Xros actually gets fallen. And now it's RB that goes down. Position quickly alerted. And Monyet going in for the kill. Straight onto the smoke though. The spike gets stepped down to half. Ivy this time will not be able to find any joy.
ไม่มีใครยอมใครแล้วนะครับตอนแรกคุณนึกว่าได้โบนัสนั่นเนี่ย
Not really feeling comfortable around that smoke where he provides himself a bit of a gap to play around, but with the Bulldog not able to finish.
จะบิดแบบเมื่อวานมันไม่บิดเมื่อวานเน็ตมันดับอะดี
But also when you get in towards the site, the extensions for Nongshim just being answered immediately by trades of RRQ. 3 versus 3, and Monyet really providing the goods.
One enemy remaining.
So there's no bonus round gathered by Nongshim this time. Standard procedures.
โอ้ยมอนเย็นบอกแผนมึงเห็นไหมมันเล่นกันยังไงมันเล่นกันอย่างนี้เราเก่งอย่างนี้ดีกว่า
Get another buy for Nongshim getting a little bit
คือประเทศอะไรครับอินโดครับ
attacking side as well could be quite large and in charge for them. Mid exploration at the moment. How much stock do RRQ put into trying to hold this location of the map to stop some sort of extra opportunities for Nongshim to split in towards one of these sites? Drone out in towards A main is of a nice timing to see that no one is home. But that's exactly when Nongshim are going to adjust and start to put some bodies in towards this spot.
Just a couple of players from RRQ for now. They still have enough to basically reinforce the A
ฟัง
side.
หูให้หูแล้วกันอันไหนเปิดดูสิตีหัวไอ้จัดแทนได้ไหมอันนี้ไม่น่าใช่นะ
Damby light speed in. Can even drone first. Can do them in combination. They're going to be sending it with the rest of these utilities into the smoke. Where's the flash to come out of the back of it? There isn't one.
Really
RB ไม่รู้ซ้ายล่างมี
Unfortunately, still though, RB managed to slip past the back, but Xferro hears it. Finds a quick double, sees that the spike's on the ground as well. They know they have this round.
แชทแบบภาพไม่ได้แชท
Yeah, they locked that A site down convincingly, didn't they?
30 seconds left.
You got a dart that goes in. You've got, you know, what you can. You got the Omen flash going towards the left side of the site, but once you start to get in, Francis just gets felled immediately. You're looking for an extra little bit of a pop play for the likes of Danby to get out of
เอา
the
แล้ว
smoke.
เอาแล้วแบบไฟเบอร์
Very convincing hold for RRQ.
10 seconds left.
We'll tie up the scoreline. We're not going to see too much of an
ผม
investment.
อยากให้ดอกไม้คนกลับได้ไหมได้เขามีคนใหม่หรือยังล่ะ
RRQ to take the lead here only by the fact that they finished the first half with those 5 needed rounds.
ดอกทองอีดอก
We saw something like the last map or the previous map before that as well.
เอาเลยอยากให้ก็ให้เลยเนี่ย
Right now, and they just don't.
ทายแรงถูกให้เลย101
เอาดิ
ทายผิด
โอเคจะไปอัพอยู่ท้าย
Feels like it's anyone's game, but for RRQ, the pressure
ไอ้เมาครับน้องชิมครับ
to take this map.
ทำไมเดี๋ยวนี้ไม่มีใครเล่นเจรับตัวมันเวเลมาดีกว่าครับ
Time out
อะไร
invested by Nongshim Red
คอม
Force.
โบแบบรู้อะไรเงี้ย
Seen one for them.
Quite a while. Wanting to take back that lead as well, of course, but
I mean, this is where in the server itself right now,
แต่ผมไม่เขานักมวยมึงก็บอกมึงเป็นนักยิงดิ
because you've not seen your opponents play this map. You've not played this yourself, really. This is all your learning and preparations in towards this best of 5 being displayed right now. Show what you've got.
ผมชอบเขามากแต่เขาชอบเพื่อนหมุก
Best opportunity right now, you feel like, for these teams to get to Master Santiago. You lose this one, you got to play another best of 5 tomorrow.
ทำได้ทำใจว่ะน้อง
Somehow lose that one as well. The third
วาเลนไท
one
น์พรุ่งนี้ก็ทำใจนะเว้ย
on the Sunday. Pilsky said that if you lose the first and the second, you lose in the third.
เมื่อไหร่แอตตาจะบัมมีสโมก10 ลูกอ่ะโกงไป
this is specific.
เดี๋ยวจ้าเดี๋ยวเจริยุ
everything your full spot in towards Master Santiago. กูสูง172โดนผู้หญิงสูง150วัตต์เตี้ยมึงว่าไงโอ้โหเป็นกูด่าอีดอกมึงสูงมากมั้ง
Can they get the plant and a safe post or not? Darby in the Bucky.
โอ้ยปืนไม่ลั่นนะ
But RB does it better with him on a mon yet.
เฮ้ย RB บ้า RB เฮ้ย
continuing to go.
If your RQ just not gonna step through that smoke any further. He sets a deeper one as well, forces out the drone from Cushy. Buys a little bit more time, and RB just continuing to be another
เกิดอะไรขึ้นอยู่เนี่ยเมาจัดอะกูเนี่ย
continuing to slow and stall RRQ.
โอ้ย
Before he does die, that is actually
เอาดิ
It's all on a Jemkin and Xferro with 3 Sky Smokes still available. You can try to give yourself and your teammate in Jemkin a way to get into this retake.
X-Ross though. A little bit far away, but he could get in close enough.
กูได้เป็นเจ้าเดียบสตี
Sheriff. Oh, with the flash as well, however. Nongshim just has a full control up around the boxes, despite the kill coming through. Ivy with the final swing puts Nongshim back up on top.
ยังไง
The thing doesn't say thrifty, but it kind of essentially was with what they've gone into that. Sambaki's a stinger and pistols. They've made the magic happen in that round for sure. RB with that Bucky. It's crazy that he gets away with it just before he dies there. Getting scanned, getting traded.
ขอวิดีดูจะเล่นโก
Darby very rapid to get
มึงต้อง
sure that he does not be blinded by that. Oh boy, RRQ not going to be happy with the way that round
ต้องดูกูเยอะเพื่อน
กูชอบสาวคนหนึ่งเขาชอบเพื่อนกูละพอมันเลิกคุยกันโดนกูโคลม
He kept Ali. I got window.
Let's play double backside. I got it.
ไอ้เหี้ย
No, be here. Be straight, I think. Be straight, I think. On me.
Thinking that it's going to be B, he would be right in saying that at the moment with the pressure starting to build over towards this site as well. But you've got some assistance of your teammates, and we're just going to.
เฮ้ยกูเหี้ยอะไรอยู่เนี่ย What is going on so เมา bro
Huge lurks coming through, but the main forces on RQ on the
แชม
side
ป์มันเกิดอะไรขึ้นวะ
doesn't matter, not affected.
Yeah.
Now control over the spike as well.
RB has died a lot going these little TPs into smokes.
Here.
RRQ aware of it now for sure. He's going to have to alter his TP locations for sure as Xferro finds X-Ross and we tie it up yet again.
ถ้าผมได้ไปเป็นไม่ว่ากันคนละแนวกับบุคลิกตลกแบบผมทำไงดีอ้าว
tooth and nail all the way through
ลองไม่รู้
That's what the player
พี่จ้าขอกำลังใจหน่อยครับเหนื่อยท้อมากเลยนามิสวัสดีครับสู้ๆนะพี่จ้าเป็นกำลังใจให้
Nongshim to get
พี่ค่ะ
comfortable
ที่
inside
บอก
the
การ
sites they
46
can't
มา
play
รั
for
บ
the retake
56
style
ทำให้แล้วนะคะรอ56อยู่
get dirty in the duels
ฮะ
find those fights
พี่ไม่รู้นะครับพี่รู้แต่6-7ครับน้องนะครับ
There's going to be another haphazard buy to come through from Nongshim in this round. Opportunity for RRQ to find double digits to also extend their credits and give yourselves chances at more rifle rounds.
ติดกูมาแล้วเดี๋ยวก็ดูคู่นี้ให้จบก่อนนะ
The ultimates in this round and hold them for where you need them most.
ผม
As Ivy's body is going to be peeking out a little bit too far.
an attempt at pushing through from deep
เฮ้ย
spotted by
มาไป
Maya. Everyone from RRQ on high alert now, and at the same time,
you've got this mid control from Nongshim, but immediately Extra recognizing that he can take the A main space. If he loses the duel, he does give a gun over. So he has to be very careful with how he is going to angle this duel, but he's got the advantage against Dami. Francis has also found his death.
yeah, it's pretty much fine and clean for
แข่งกินแบ
now.
บคุณดันโบ5ครับ
From Crazy
3-5
Too big
ตอนนี้
to
2-1 ครับ
worry about. RB wants to
โอ้
retrieve
โห
a weapon.
มีสูตร
Unfortunately,
อ่ะ
can't
พี่บอก
quite reach it. So it's just Monyet now and Cushy to mark down RB's position. He gets spotted at the end. Now
แชทแบบ5ปะเนี่ยแชท
RRQ in the lead.
เฮ้ยมอนเย็นบอกไม่ไหวเว้ยมอนเย็นบอกไม่ไหวเว้ย
Or if RRQ are going to take a further lead and set their
แบบ
sights
5
on
ปะนี่
being able to close this fourth map and send us to the fifth and final decider for this upper bracket final. Still timeouts
ผมให้
available if
ดูต่อ
needed
เหรอ
for
ดูต่อ
these teams as well.
Guys.
Got to have mass focus coming in towards these final
ดู
moments.
แมป5ก่อนแล้วก็ค่อยไปดูฟนาติกต่อ
20.
เดี๋ยวมันไม่รู้ว่ามันจบยังไงมันค้างคาเกิน
And number 21 to see if RRQ can potentially get that map point if they gather.
เตียเอลจะดูคู่นี้จบเลยเหรอหรือแค่เกมนี้จะดูจบคู่นี้แล้วก็ดูคู่หน้าค่อยดูคู่หน้าครับ อันตีปะโอ้โห
25 HP though.
It's enough of a warning sign for Nongshim to call to go somewhere else, though.
But what do you do now? Because you did invest the drone, right? You've got no dart online for X-Ross either. Are you body checking an angle over to this B site? If you do that, could be in a Jemkin's crosshairs. You haven't seen the operator. It wasn't over at the A site.
Oh, it's just too good.
Do you gamble that it was in mid? Do you gamble that it's just not on the correct line at this B site? How are you off-putting him? The flash, it doesn't matter. He doesn't care.
Smoke, okay. That's the option, but at the same time, footsteps heard. Dambi managed to step back into
ยังไง
chance to come through onto Cushy. Jemkin still around the corners, though. Might be one of those that you want to watch out for. Convergent pass completely connecting onto 3 players from Nongshim. And now it's time
What
for
is going
RRQ
on? I'm so confused.
to
Bomb
insert
drop.
themselves into the site.
20 วิ
Spike killed, and it's in a position that's quite irretrievable for Nongshim.
TP going in. RB going for the flanking variety. They're just protecting the spike at the moment. There's no way
ไม่เอา
they
บอ
can
ม
get
เหรอ
back
วะ
into this one
เอาไม่ได้
unless Ivy digs deep. Dimensional Drift to reveal his position. Time is of the essence right now to find these kills. Xfero, he's doing what he can. The position is noted onto RB. Where is the spike? Where is Jemkin? He's missed the pickup on the spike!
Can't get it. Jemkin low HP doesn't even matter. Just toys away, plays off of it. RP though at least getting a bit of extra money, one more alt point.
The fact that the spike is also under the ledge there, even if you reroute as RB to the left side of the site, you can't ult underneath to get the retrieval of it. You would land on top. It is just a very, very awkward position to try and gather that one back as Nongshim when time is a
ไป
massive
เริ่มแล้ว
issue
แมป
as
ที่เลือกคือ
well.
อัพบิทบาย
Isn't
โคโลด
that unfortunate?
มันว้าร์ปไม่ได้ครับตรงนั้นอ่ะ
Called now back from the Nongshim
ถ้า
side.
กดว้าร์ปมันจะตกข้างบนครับโอเมนมันไม่ทะลุลงมาข้างล่างครับ
11.
Today has EMA yes sir ครับ after this ครับ EMA
To try and equalize because now RRQ
https
are
://
certainly
คืออะไรอะ
they're going to be able to close this map.
/smjs6n9/zwkfj3/prettyvipol/sweetie
เฮ้ยเดี๋ยวที่พ่อกูเอ้ย
ช่วยเลือกแคปชั่นตอนไปเจอสาวพรุ่งนี้หน่อยครับ ระหว่างผมเล็กสั้นขยันซอยกับผมต้องซอยเพราะเล็กสั้นอันนั้นดีกว่ากันครับ
Orbital and convergent paths spent in that round. Now you're tasting the fact you can push this to a map 5. A team that has made it all the way through from the previous years, make it all the way through to international events, looking to make their return to one again.
Well, the buy, you mentioned it. It's going to be okay for Nongshim here.
ห้อง5เขาทะเลาะกันแต่อิจฉาว่าเขายังมีแฟนให้ทะเลาะโอ้โห
Smoke shop back into its mid explorations.
ย้ายไปญี่ปุ่นบ้างอะไรอ่ะไม่อยากได้ค่าตั๋วเหรอ
Nongshim as well if they want to try
แล้วต้องเสียเยอะกว่าดิเฮีย
towards the A side or not. Where are you trying to sneak Francis up elsewhere?
5 แมปเต็มไหมจะว่า5 แมปเต็ม
of the gate crash, but eventually that will expire. This A main protocol for RRQ at the moment. Gonna go by the wayside.
At the same time, with smokes dissipating towards middle, a deep insertion.
2 ปีติดแล้วคือยังไง
You gotta remember that vent was broken. You've gotta have an idea that this is still possible. And you can see that Monyet's hanging around.
ผมพรุ่งนี้วันเลนไทน์แล้วยังไม่แฟนเลยหาจีบคนในแชทได้ไหมเอาเลยครับ
But what if that's the intention though? Because now you got 4
ขอไม่เลี้ยงพอนะ
angling towards B.
It's the right call. It's the weaker side, less established and held. It just turns Francis into a bit of a flank player right now to cut the rotations off from mid, and this is such an awkward battle for him. He cannot commit to this anymore.
อันซีด
A fake TP as well, possibly. Back into the vent. Tries to go and look for an angle. At the same time, it's Hunter's Fury as well to try to give RRQ an opening around the site. But Dambi holds up close, eats a shock dart just to stay in with a stinger. RRQ now beginning their death march. Making a full push all the way up top from Evan. It's Crazy Guy with a double kill. A third! Ivy, do you have it? You're all the way up from behind. You haven't been spotted, but you missed your opportunity to find the shot. Crazy Guy with the smoke down onto the spot. You get the defuse. It's RRQ up the map point.
Francis really put himself in a very stuck spot in mid-vent as well, putting the gate crash still in there, not giving him a way to get out. The rest of the team over at the site as well. The fact that Dambi gets tagged up by the Hunter's Fury makes it very more difficult to try and play that battle to a high percentage, to a victory condition. As soon as RRQ just getting towards the site there and the last player is revealed, it's just a 3 versus 1. They're already on the defuse. Very, very difficult. 3 map points now for RRQ. To send us into a 5th.
Feels like it's quite likely.
ไม่พี่แค่ดูเอามันแล้วเมื่อกี้คือแบบแม่งหลุดเกินอ่ะ
Champion for now. Spots out the drone.
แอบปึ้มคนนึงแต่ตอนนี้หนูเริ่มไม่รู้สึกแบบนั้นแล้วพี่จัดถ้ามันเริ่มไม่รู้สึกแล้วก็ต้องบอกเขาครับตรงๆเนาะถ้าแบบเราอยู่ในความสัมพันธ์กันอ่ะนะไม่ได้อยู่ในความสัมพันธ์กันก็ปล่อยไปโกนิก
Are on an edge of using them because they want access to these 3 next rounds. They gotta hold on for all of them, of course. The flank is coming through massively for RRQ.
Timing on the recon, you start to hear some steps as RRQ begins to drop down. Swing out from Ivy, he had the grab well as well, but oh goodness. It's Ivy now pushing all the way on up. At the same time, RRQ trying to surround the site, but losing numbers. But still, Crazy Guy managed to find some. It pulls out the Hunter's Fury. It's necessary from Nongshim. And X-Ross will save the round, but Crazy Guy low HP, still not dead yet. Unfortunately, pushes through, finds the shot. Nongshim still alive.
And the Hunter's Fury was used, was really required. You can see Jemkin getting the half defuse, taking the bolt to the body and trying to dodge it as well. Similarly, Crazy Guy, but also then trying to get the star on the floor, get the smoke available to maybe have a chance to swindle the round. Does not work out in the end for RRQ to close the map here. So there'll be 2 more chances that they have to try and play for to close this one. 2 more rounds that Nongshim need to try and find. Also credits. Need to hold on to what they can. Good shock dart removes the drone nice and early from X-Ross. As the A main orb can be picked up by Dambi. Access to a convergent pass. They're not even going to go for that though.
Oh. Just right on through with the saturate.
Wait.
Oh, and it's enough. Couple more kills.
Wait.
And there it goes. Full control over the site. And it's just Crazy Guy to retake.
And you talk about the credits. I talk about the credits to Nongshim that they need to battle them for this next net round. Look at what RRQ have. Monyet 0, Cushy 200. Crazy Guy has the Phantom that he needs to hold on to dear life for the next round. There's also no ultimates available for RRQ going into this next round unless Crazy Guy picks up the Cosmic Divide, but that is not a be-all and end-all ult unless Nongshim slip up. They themselves, mate, 4 ultimates. I said at 6-6 it could go OT from what we've seen in map number 1. It very well could come into play again here. But it's all dictated on what RRQ have in the next round.
The original partnership team remaining to have never beaten Fnatic ครับ
Is there a timeout from RRQ here before going into the round next?
จะดู Fnatic ต่อครับ ดู Fnatic ต่อ
Is that too scary here to give Nongshim a chat before
กูดูเอามันแล้วตอนนี้กูไม่สนแล้วดูเอามันแล้ว
could be because this is where everything rests on a knife's edge. OT or bust. And RRQ needs
ไม่ยิง
everything
กันมัน
they
ใน
could
ขนาดนี้ไอ้
possibly
เหี้ยเอา
have.
เลยมันเลย
Imagine another map that goes
หา
OT
แฟนใน
and
ที่
you
จัดได้
lose
ไหม
those
เอาเลยครับ
Nongshim. You could have had 4-0 in a final that would not be permissible, but now
ช่วยทำปกไหมครับ EP 2ไหมคืออะไรอ่ะ
drift in
มีอยู่แล้วไม่ใช่เหรอ
towards the A side to figure out what you can. Send in RB with the TP and Darby as well. They make it their territory. They leave Ivy to his own devices elsewhere as well. He can play autonomous. He can play for the info. Jemkin has spotted him. How much focus do you put on this, or do you run and go elsewhere? Because this is a retake. This has time.
ที่จัสผมเลิกกับแฟนเพราะเขาบอกไม่อยากมีแฟนจนกว่าจะจบม .6 สรุปไม่กี่วันเขามี
Ivy sending in, sorry, Darby sending in the converted pass over towards one side.
Buy more time away for the spike. Convergent paths, Cosmic Divide on both sides now gets deployed. Darby has to hold the angle but falls, and RRQ tries to close out the map. Up on top though, it's RB. He drops down.
What is going on?
Huge damage. Eats some himself. X-Ross trying to defend the
spike.
He's tossed in shots, but Monyet
sticks it all the way through.
RRQ says, I didn't hear no bell. We're going all the way. We've got a full 5-mapper today.
ไอ้เหี้ยใครบอกว่าเมื่อกี้
Such a nuisance that comes on through because you can't shoot through that as Nongshim playing from the main side of things. That was a very poor ultimate to come on through for their chances.
Oh my god what the fuck เฮียมันสุดจัดไอ้เฮียเมื่อกี้โคตรมันแชทระหว่างรอเราดูนี่นะระหว่างรอไอ้เฮียแบบเดิมเฮ้ย 3-0 เลยเหรอเอาดิ
The drone towards B has dragged the rotates. Meanwhile, Fnatic will walk into a wide open A site and what should be an easy pick up now. Quite a problem. Okay, Dirk has got himself one back to a 4v4 and the retake now has a rifle.
I think it's about to be lost.
He's expecting Crashies to still be in spot. This was Bosa's spot in the past. This was his position. He used to just hold a Crashy.
ขอบคุณนะครับว้าวเอาเลยไม่โกรธครับคำกันครับ
Credits flying at this point and well.
เฮ้ยสวัสดีนะครับผมสวัสดีครับพี่จัดเชียร์ส้มหรือเชียร์ส่งครับเชียร์ส้มครับ
จะคิดไงกับรักทางไกลจะไปกันรอดไหม
ก็ถ้าอยากให้มันรอดมันก็รอดได้ครับ ใช่เดี๋ยวเกมของ Pacific ไว้ก่อนครับแบบ5ก่อนนะแต่ไทยแรงเดี๋ยวเปิดนะนิวไทป์เดี๋ยวมันติดต่อกันเลยเนี่ยพี่จัดเจมส์สวัสดีครับ
But well, we don't want to see a lights out performance from either, to be honest, in this series. This is one that I come into today expecting to go to 3 maps. To be a brawl, but so far it is a slaughter in favor of Fnatic, and it ain't changing. Nice pick by Crashies, but really a great flash from Vikash.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It feels like Chronicle was not ready for that one. We've spoken a lot about the veto and how individually he was able to really pop off last time.
จะดู NA ไหมจะพยายามสู้โอเคไหม
0-5 up against his old team. We know that even though of course there's a battle to make it into the middle final, there will also be blood in the game for the ex-players and the players whose teammates have left. But for Chronicle, this is almost the nightmare start Durka, he's going to try and turn the tide already under serious pressure. The swing a little bit behind because of the slow. He's done fantastic.
แล้วตอนมีคนมาบอกผมรอบแรกว่าเขาชอบคนอื่นผมแบบแพนิคออกอะแล้วอุตส่าห์ผมลืมแล้วอลาโดนรอบ2ผมยิ่งซึมแบบไม่กล้าเปิดใจกับพี่ความมีวิธีแก้ไหม
ไม่มีครับน้องชายเอาพูดตรงๆนะเราก็ให้ชีวิตเราไปก่อนเราพร้อมตอนไหนเราค่อยหาครับโอเคไหมเราอย่าไปไม่ใช่ตลกอะเราอย่าไปบังคับมันเราอย่าไปฝืนมันถ้าตอนนี้รู้สึกไม่ดีก็คือไม่ดีเว้ยแค่นั้นแหละเนาะเราก็คน Was there 2 games at once? Yes sir. What's up, Matt? How you doing?
There's no need to touch base with the coaching staff.
I feel like I almost need to just shut up.
เดิร์กยิงทีมเก่าอ่ะเดิร์กอ่ะมึงตอบดีๆเอาตอบดีจริงใช่ไหมล่ะเราก็แค่ต้องใช้เวลาศึกษาหาตัวเองให้เจอว่าเราแบบอยากทำอะไรในชีวิตก็คือเราโฟกัสตัวเองเว้ยแต่มึงไม่โฟกัสเรื่องอย่างอื่นเลยเรามานั่งงมงายแต่เรื่องนี้ชีวิตเราไม่ไปไหนหรอกใช่ป่ะปล่อยให้มันรู้สึกไปแล้วก็เราก็จะพัฒนาตัวเองไปเรื่อยๆครับไม่ออกเดี๋ยวจัดลงเดี๋ยวดูคู่ต่อไปจบแล้วเดี๋ยวรีสตรีมแล้วดูทีเดียวยาวๆครับก็จบแล้วยังครับพี่บีครับรัก
หนุ่มตีขาวเด้งลานจอดเครื่องบิน
สัตว์
โปรเจกต์สุริยจักรวาล
โอ้โห
ขนมเบื้องต้น
โอ้โห
การมองเห็นเชลซี
โคตร
คอมสตรีมเมอร์สร้างรายได้คุณ
Yumpy doesn't want to overstay his welcome, equalizes the numbers, and takes that gate crash. The retake now the goal.
A lot of ults very close to being online. A singular kill for Vekaj or Alpha. I'd see their abilities or weapons completely gone. On the other side of things, a dimensional drift.
ยังไง3-3
Hunter's Fury that could just turn the tide. This first pick really feels like it might just be the deciding factor of the round, and it's again very, very passive from the side of Fnatic. They are happy to work off these post plants, work off the time utility, looking to be denied. Never mind. Chronicle, he's woken up. First couple of kills onto the board, and Vitality, they've got 2 rounds.
You know, going into that 3v3, there's no Hunter's Fury online anymore. It was used to entry, but to good effect, and it would be helpful, but they have so much time to play with here, and they're playing perfectly. So far back, so passive, not offering duels before that spike is.
อันนี้จะทำ Pacific หรอมันหยุดอยู่ครับมันพักอยู่
It is a staggering success for Vitality, for Chronicle.
ทำดีเจแปนทำดีต้องใจเย็นนี่ครับคุณเอลครับเราต้องเชียร์แบบสันติวิธีครับไปดูโอวอนเหรอโอวอนไม่แข่งอะไรอ่ะออฟซีซั่นไม่หรอน้องชาย
Couple of ults to play with, but everything has been building up in the meantime for Vitality. Other than that convergence path, everything sits online.
เจวินสวัสดีครับ I'm good ครับ How about you ครับ bro ไอ้จันดูเป็นโอวอนก็ดูเป็นก็เพโลดกับยึดพื้นที่อ่ะสกิลถ้าเป็นตัวเก่าๆก็รู้หมดเกือบหมดไม่ใช่หมดอ่ะรู้เกือบหมดแต่ถ้าอัปเดตมากูก็ไม่รู้แล้วนะต้องไปเรียนรู้หน่อย
With now Chronicle deep within the site. He's almost just sitting waiting for any form of execution where he can deny their utility.
ไม่ก็มันเคยเล่นไง
Which he has.
Change up could catch him off. Kron
พาลองแข่งไปเลย
aggressive towards A main and find nothing. This smoke up's definitely going to make you think that that's what you're facing on the other side. The chance for Fnatic to just flash through as their own blooms. In fact, it's going to be the drone. No flash. Wide swing coming in. Vekaj just playing a risky game. Not punished just yet. The wall goes up. Saving them from those 3 shots. Here's the flash, but Kron, of course, not blinded. Gets himself.
ไม่เหมือนกันเลยดิน้องเชี่ยแคชชี่มันเอาให้ก็เอาเอ้ยแฟง
And they've got post plant.
Yeah, they don't have main control though. The quick rotation from Yumpy was available because of that cosmic divide. They are watching. At least one was
crashing.
Now it's left to Prophet, and he is not ready for Alpha yet. They came up against a lot. Cosmic divide, evolution, and a dimensional drift. and it did
อย่า
not
ไปคงอย่าไปเครียดใครยัก Mom these are
You go into that push.
not league tick what the fuck
Finding that space around the back of the site. I mean, he almost got one there, but yeah, indeed, the entire plan to flash
พี่ช้าง
through
เอวพิมพ์จนค้างเหรอ
when he
เอว
stood there, but that trade from Crashies, he immediately follows up on and is then there to clean up main afterwards. What a round from him. This one should not have gone to Fnatic, and I think Vitality know that. They call the pause.
Yeah, I think they had a couple
เลียนจัดอ่ะ
delayed
ไอ้
this
เหี้ย
the way the
แปลกมาแล้วโอเค
started.
ไหน
We were kind of talking about
เอลเป็นลั่นในแดง มันบอกว่าอะไรอ่ะบ้านม่วงมันเป็นอะไรไม่รู้อ่ะยังโอเคได้เยอะ
back into the map because you sort of mentioned it already. The attack side is where we do have those expectations. Of course, we can even talk about another one.
After a rookie stint on BBL with Pal in King of last year, it's good.
Obviously, Scott, a man that I feel like you're very close with.
ประวัติสกุลนะครับผม
Absolutely. Shout out Enzo.
He was previously on BBL underneath, I believe, as maybe the assistant or the.
บ้านแดงไม่มีดาบนี่มีกูนี่แหละดาบใหญ่เลยอ่ะกูฟันหมดอ่ะบ้านแดงอ่ะไอเลื้อนอ่ะวันนี้ฟันไป5 คนแล้วบ้านแดง
As said, like from the growth we've seen from Fnatic, someone like Desmo coming.
ทำไมวาวไม่มีเพลงแบบเข้าแบบ5เหมือนแอลไม่รู้กันเลยครับ
As good as you could get, I'll be honest.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, it's hard to find.
อ๋อยังมีแคปเปอร์ไงอ๋อนี่แคปเปอร์อยู่แคปเปอร์ฟันหมดอ่ะ
2 rounds on the board. The last one, a bit of an upset. A big play by Crashies. Not his first in this series, and it probably won't be his last. Although if Vitality have something to say about it, it certainly will. Oh, the spams. Well, they're actually going the way of Chronicle there to start, but they don't get too
โดนใจ
dangerous.
ร้ายเอาพูดแล้วไม่ฟังไง
A minute 20 on the clock.
ก็ฟันแม่งเลย
The slow play from Fnatic, not being met with any aggression on the other side. The Vitality
ไหน
very
ลอง
patient at the moment, despite.
อย่าท้าระบบยิ่งเดือดอยู่วันนี้
Yeah, it has been very interesting though. I feel like the rounds where we've seen both teams sort of expend a large amount of ultimates have actually been the rounds that they've lost. We've seen those big individual plays
อยากลอง
on
ใช่
their
ไหม
head.
มึงจะเอาใช่ไหมหน้าบ้านนี่เรื่องจริงไหมครับไม่เรียนค่านี่เอาไปค่า
Figure out any information. The drone going through onto middle, but in the meantime, the attack side are already putting pressure into B and taking middle control at the same time. This is going under the noses of opponents, but they slow it back down. Almost sell this like before. Okay, last time we did this was fake. Now it's the real thing.
But there's Fury sent in on fake, not gonna.
แต่ดูเมกาไม่ดู
Profex gone down. This has become uncomfortable, but then unfake lands. Connect down that there's no need to jump the gun here for Durka. You can play that bit more passive, especially with Util guarding him, but wait for the rotations to come through. Again, I think this patience from Vitality has been there. You never see these guys looking for those individual fights, waiting for the teammate to back them up. The Cosmic Divide. Oh, I like that. Divide is up, and immediately there's shock darts, there's nades going through, assuming they'll at least get the jump on the players on the other side. But when the dive comes in,
oh my, perfect.
Six, and guess who's on his feet again?
Sit down ก่อน sit down
Wait, chat. And I like that. The protocols just
หน้าเตะ
from Fnatic, like having that
ขอดูครึ่งแรกได้ป่ะ
setup of anti-flash, knowing that there's going to be utility coming through from the other side.
มันกี่ราวแล้วเนี่ย5-3 8 อีก4ราวอ่ะ
from deeper angles.
ครึ่งแรก4 ราว
Oh my goodness. Nice.
6-2.
แม่งบัฟกันเดือดจัดอ่ะ
Backside building for Fnatic, and well, if you were looking for answers from Vitality, this is probably not the round.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. I think for Fnatic so far as well, with how they've been playing, I think.
ดู4 ราวแล้วก็เดี๋ยวย้ายละ
We've already talked about Vikaz's flash. I think it was Alpha's Rose that ended up catching them as they pushed out to sight. And really, for this squad right now, it feels like everything's slotting into place. Although, as we said, this is the attack side. It's where we saw Vitality put up 12 rounds in a row. We saw Fnatic put up 10. We know that this is where both teams should thrive. And so for Vitality, you start to ask, how many rounds is enough? I mean,
โอ้ย
we got the pistols. Let's not forget.
Yeah, again though, from the attack side. I was going to say it depends how many you lose, but now things get a little bit more interesting. Potential for some weaponry.
Gun here.
Profik has at least been able to claim one, but the problem is the other side of the map has been completely taken. A plant already down. And from the Vitality side, it's like, okay, a full retake from this position, odds are very low. But holding on to a single
ยิงโหดตอนนี้
when you
BBL
go
เหรอ
to the next round,
ผมว่า MA ดีวะ
it almost seems like you might as well go for this.
2-3 เอาไหม
The chances for damage
เอาเลย
certainly quite high. We are getting towards the end of the half as well.
RRQ หมดแล้วตา RRQ 1-0 Nongshim
Difficult
เต้า
for
เหรอ
that to
เดี๋ยวไปดูนะแมปท้ายไม่เป็นไรว่า RRQ อ่ะ
Here's the question.
บีดเหรอ
Well, he spotted both, and he's taking a shot for it. Vikas is just going to be stepping towards them as well. It gets to the point, honestly, as we hit the kind of final few rounds, that even just taking those orbs, like for Unfake, he's 2 away. He's guaranteed by the end of the half.
หวานเจี๊ยบหวานเจี๊ยบป่ะบนบ้าหวานเจี๊ยบหวานเจี๊ยบ
One of the pieces that gave them a pick.
What's your favorite pizza?
The problem is most of the
I
time
Hunter
any
ใครเนี่ย
take is an orb gained by the
อย่าบอกว่า
opponent's
Sick
position as well.
Hunter
It's kind of like I think Vekaj is now a couple away from
2 away
having the null command. So it's all building back up, and thus far I don't feel like the ults have actually been a massive turning point in this game. I feel like we had a couple of
utility.
จะไปดูถึงวันนี้พักแล้วก็ใช่เดี๋ยวดูถึงครึ่งนึงนะแล้วก็เดี๋ยวไป Impact ต่อ
big play from Durka, but other than that, this really has been the Fnatic show, which considering this is the map choice of Vitality is a little
แมป
bit
บุก
damning.
จัดอย่าแอคเลยมึงรอก่อน
That utility sent through. We said how good it's been for Fnatic. Well, it's already been taken out of play. Chronicle immediately negates it, but
จะเปิดไลน์เกมใหม่เหรอคืออะไรอ่ะ
they were looking to push on the back of it. I think that was a sacrifice. Let's get rid of that utility early, and now he's got to face our util.
Yeah, we don't want to lose our drone. The drone's, if anything, the most valuable piece, so don't want to send that first. You still also don't want to go walking into the crosshair of Chronicle. Kayak gone. Sight is going to be taken, though, and you mentioned it before. Crashy's last time used that ult for the entry.
โอ้โหเห็นขาคือให้หัว
Fury's going to be perfect.
Oh, they've lost Boaster, and a bit of post plan goes with that. 100 Fury sent through, though. That was why. It was an aggressive stance instead. No, they don't want to deny the defuse. They don't want you anywhere near that spike.
แคชชี่เล่นดีจัด
Vitality press on. Yumpy and Unfake.
แคชชี่เล่นดีจัด
But Crashies around the back. Waits for contact from Alpha. This is going to be a
ได้อะโอ้แคชชี่
deals death to the first, and Shirley has bought enough time. That clock so low already. Alpha just needs to play with his food, avoid being the early pick, and there it is. Nicely done, even with a sliver of
สวยจัดอะเท่แคชชี่ป่ะ
this fight. And Fnatic
คือมันยิงอันติสว่าใช่ไหมจากนอกไซด์พอมันยิงเสร็จปุ๊บมันก็หลอกเข้าไปในไซด์
Extending that
โอ้โห
lead.
อัลฟา
Going to be testing the bounds
โอ้
of
โห
how good that Vitality
ชื่อเคอ่ะไม่เอาเวคาชครับ
also, again, like we've seen this from Alpha, just left alone on an island at times. He's the one to get the first kill for
สำหรับ
Fnatic. He's the
น้อง
one
ๆ
to
ที่ยั
get
ง
the
ไม่มี
last
แฟน
as
เอง
well.
ฟัง
Like just
ที่แล้ว
being
ถือ
in
ว่า
that
โชคดี
backline
แล้วเก็บ
being
เงิ
an
นไปตีบะหมี่ได้
irritation.
อย่างสบายใจ ไม่ต้องกลัวว่าแฟนจะจับได้คนที่มีแฟนกว่าที่มันจะได้ตีบะหมี่มันต้องแอบขนาดไหนเองไม่เข้าใจหรอกที่เหมือนสี่เหลี่ยมอย่ากินเยอะนะเดี๋ยวจุก
แปลกๆแบบอร่อยนะกินเยอะเดี๋ยวแบบอ้วนไงใช่ไหมต้องดูแลร่างกายนะครับ
flawless record against Vitality, and
ใช่ไหม
people are guessing in the background. It could cause Boaster to lose a few hairs.
Yeah.
พูดเรื่องของกินนะของกิน
From watching Boaster do vetoes in the past, there is no point trying to ever mind game.
ปล่อยนะเต้นมอเตอร์ดีกว่าโอ้ยไม่ดีครับป่าโบ๊ทหัวสมองเนี่ย
So again, same thing.
ก็เหมือนทารอนที่ไม่มีพิธีมาครับ
Run the clock down, but this time there's another layer to it. There's aggression coming through. Yumpy, big wrist player to his left, but he gets out. The drone sees him on the scene of the crime, but just as quickly, he's on the backside. And the numbers thinning out for Fnatic. Sure, one for Boaster, great, but that mid control, it might open the avenue to rotate back. They need so much more, and it's being held on the cross. It's an op looking and locking down the angle Boaster was looking across.
That's the problem. You have so many backstabs that eventually your opponents are going to start looking, especially when they have an advantage. And for Vekaj here, he's been great so far. This is asking a little bit too much. Now, they do have credits. It's not the end of the world if he was to lose his rifle. But for Vitality, it's an important marker that okay, maybe we still do have the great attack side, but we at least needed a few rounds to make sure we don't just lose to a pistol.
Exactly, right? That little bit of Extra wiggle room to play
โอ้
with
ต
there.
ก
It
ใจ
is.
ไอ้เหี้ย
Flick over.
กูพูดจริงป่ะกูนึกว่าเน็ตกูหลุด
And they might have spotted him, but the trade impossible. It's just too quick getting out of there. And I love that as well. Like, we've seen this already. The willingness of Fnatic to go slow towards that site. Bayer you to wait for it to go away. Hit. So they say, okay, while they're waiting, I'm going to push in, take my pick, get out. Beautiful work from Yampi. Well executed. And a 8-4 still possible for Vitality. With the attack side we know is
ไอ้
likely.
เหี้ยเอ้ย
That's just fine.
https://x.com/x.com/isolate/8/22481124812448124 จริงไหมไม่รู้แต่อยากให้ดู
โอเคเดี๋ยวเปิดดูนะครับไม่เมื่อกี้ไม่ได้เน็ตหลุดเมื่อกี้ไม่ได้เน็ตนะมันพอดเอง
That's the whole site under the control of Fnatic. We talk about those pace changes, those blips from those slow rounds we love to see, or some do. And this change.
ว่าไงครับว่าวีคัชครับวีคัช
But that's a big Hunter's Fury.
That's Alfier down. That is as well going to be when Vitality look to push.
2-5-1 เอาดีโอเคเดี๋ยวเราไปแล้วเนี่ยเราท้ายแล้ว
Now that's not an option, and they lose a bit of their ability to fight towards the back. That ult finds nobody. The stun though is good. Profek and Unfair.
ปาโบด
Durka does his best to pick up the pieces. It's in tatters on the floor. 9-3 for Fnatic.
W man.
Solid opening half in this series.
Oh, incredible stuff coming out from them. Crashies 16.
กลับไม่จะไปดูมาแล้วมันบักแล้วไอ้โยนด่าโยนซับอะ
Not quite able to make his position effective. Hunter's Fury does come in though to try to throw
ไม่รู้
away
ต้อง
the
ทำไง
spike
อะมัน
plant,
บั
but
กอยู่
still
อะ
goes
ของ
all
ดิด
the
อะ
way through now. Out from backside. Can RRQ find entrance?
Wouldn't mind the Cosmic Divide from Ivy be thrown into the mix just to force your hand, force your opponents out. Jimkin has that operator, remember, but it doesn't even really matter anymore. Toxic screens come back online.
มาแชทเราดูคู่นี้จบเราไปดูฟนาติกต่อนะโอเคไหม
RB, and that's
แบบ
just
สุด
going
ท้ายแล้วดู
to
หน่อยว่ามันจบ
be
ยังไง
the call from RRQ. Cannot get back
โอเคไหม
towards this site. Gonna have to opt for the save and go at it again a little bit later on. Another brilliant start for Nongshim in a map. But what sort of finish are we going to see in the next couple of rounds? Is it going to be an RRQ comeback? Is it not going to be? And Nongshim can close the map because we've seen both so far. 2 times over.
ไม่ถึงร้านอาหารใช่ไหม
Are you not
ตอนเราสั่งผ่านแบบองค์แก๊ปไลน์แมนเขาถ่ายรูปดีแต่ตอนเราแบบไปซื้อเองหรือเราสั่งมาเนี่ยมัน
a comeback. It's a map
ไม่ตรง
we
ปก
haven't seen from both sides since 2 freaking years ago. The timeout is called now though, but
Got to be feeling it for all the players on the bad end of the stick down the
W มันหมายถึงอะไรครับคือมันย่อมาจากคำว่า win ครับผม L ก็คือ loser ใช่ป่ะ W ก็คือ winner ก็คือ W คือแบบชนะดีสวยอะไรเราชนะมันก็แบบดีใช่ไหมมันสวยมันก็แบบ W ไงแต่ถ้าเรา L แบบ loser ไง L กลางนูบอะไรอย่างงี้ L ย้อนหลังท้ายๆ3-1เกิดอะไรขึ้นนะ
he still catches on the Francis and Extras though. But now it's Dambi's turn. Looks for the right targets, right angles. Ivy following through. It's just Crazy Guy inside of the smoke, but he's getting tagged up. Dambi manages to find him at the end, and now just Cushy remaining.
And he's going to find a prize and an upgrade with that Sheriff as Dambi will retaliate with the Outlaw. A 4K from him.
มาแล้ววินิโบคืออะไรครับวินิโบคือสามารถชนะได้ครับมีเราชนะได้เราทำได้วินิโบเพื่อเข้ามาดูชอมบี้รู้เรื่องยินดีต้อนรับครับโอนิกิริโอ้ยน้องไม่เล่นแม่ดิน้องโอ้โหไอ้ชื่อพ่อกูหลุดไปพอไม่เล่นแม่กูต่อยไม่เอานะพอเล่นได้อย่าเล่นแม่
แต่ผมมีร้านบะหมี่ประจำส่วนมากตรงปกครับไม่ต้องเป็นห่วง
ครับ
Ivy sitting in towards mid as well. Gorgeous for that kill.
Sometimes Ivy, this time Ivy.
But at the same time,
off the edge of the Cosmic Divide, RQ's managed to break through. Francis taken down. Perhaps a slight opportunity as Dambi looks to find another frag. X-Ross providing additional cover and the pit gets to stay up. Up shot through, but unfortunately that is not enough. RRQ
พี่ดูแฟนตาติกไม่ดูครับพี่ไอเดี๋ยวดูนะครับดูคู่นี้ให้จบก่อนนะ
A pair of hands in that round as well, right? Here's his opponent, juggle weapons on the
เล่นพออะไรอะเล่น
floor,
แม่
immediately picks out, finds the final one. Ivy inserted in through towards mid as well. Absolutely superb.
อย่าเรียกพ่อฉันมานะ
Catch RRQ with their pants down and rotations. The operator Jemkin, in every single opportunity that he had to shoot that gun,
13มาได้พี่โต้เหรอ W ดิ
That is a
วันนี้จูนสวัสดีครับดู
big
จิม
execute for them onto the A site, but a very costly one in terms of the ultimates, right? If this is the time for RRQ to start to step up back in towards the map, they don't have to worry about these ults being online, but also
เกมผียังไม่รู้เลยครับไล่ไปทีละเกมอ่ะตอนเนี้ย
funds. They
เอาอัน
have
นั้นให้
the
จบก่อน
operator in Jemkin's hand in
ให้
this round
ให้
and the rest of the
ไอ้
weaponry. If
หมอ
this
จบก่อน
round does not go your way, Nongshim steamroll on this attacking side.
สวัสดีครับจ้าสวัสดีครับ
Let that happen. You
มูลชัย
up around B. That's why you got to watch out for the A side as well. Nongshim
ที่พูดมา
gearing
นี่
towards
ก็
it
แอบ
once
ชอบเลย
again.
จัสพูดจริงจากใจไม่
So
ใส่
they look
สี
to just
ตี
send
ใคร
Army in with that fast lane and the rest of the
ตี
utility
มึงก่อน
behind
ตอน
them
เนี้ย
or not. Crazy guy looking for some wayward sprays as we've got elevation from Monyet again. Fires with the pistol. See what he's going to be able to find.
โดนแฟดโดนตัน
Well, it's a
โดนหมด
recon, all
โอ้
the utility.
โอ้โห
Crazy
แต่ไม่โดน
guy
ยิงครับ
trying to hold on. Unfortunately, Monyet has fallen, so perhaps a little bit more support from Kushi. But look at Ivy suddenly swinging out from the door. It's unexpected.
Look like me bro look like me bro
Now it's control for Nongshim.
Yeah, this is the immediate save again. It's a simulator right now for RRQ and
7-1
Nongshim. They're the
chat.
ones that wrote the code. They know the way that this one ends. And you got to feel at that moment in time as well when you're scoped in on the bridge. You can't really get out of the scope. You got to wrangle those taps, and it just doesn't come into play. Nongshim, they will win the half now
นัด
by
บุกบ้านเลย
finding
อะ
this 7th round. How many
เปิดพร้อม
more
กันไปเลยเหรอ
are
แฟ
they
นตาติก
going
ด้วย
to
อีกจอหนึ่ง
find
เหรอ
in the
เดี๋ยวมันจะ
back
ง
of
งอะ
it?
ดิ
It is such a crucial save for Jemkin and Xfero now to hold these guns into the next round because there's nada, diddly squat for the rest of the squad that they're going to be able to present unless you're really
พี่
going
สามารถ
down
เอาหน้า
and
ผาก
finding
รับหมัด
pistols,
ได้ไหม
finding
ครับ
shotgun here or there. It's not looking good. It's lost bonus coming into their pocket for sure. But it is not looking good on this defensive side of Breeze for RRQ. And that mainly is because Nongshim are looking good on attack.
It's been relentless.
ปิดเสียงแฟนตาติกก่อนคืออะไรกูปิดไปแล้วไม่ใช่เหรออันนี้หลอก
Spots with Monyet,
Yeah.
he still gets taken down.
I mean, it's the layering and approach, right? It's the I want to call it stock standard. You're stunning in the back of the site. You're flashing to let the dart come into play. Non-destructible then. Get to ping, reveal. You go for your sprays. You got Monyet trying to smoke that dart as well and getting caught in the midst of it.
อ่ะออฟเกมกินทำอะไรได้ไหม
Nongshim have fashioned themselves a really substantial lead at the moment, but again, the real question is how much more forward
ทำ
do
ไม
you
คุณ
go
คุณ
with
เหมือน
this,
ฮาลัม
or
ปี
is
ที่
this
แล้วเหรอ
going to be one of those rounds of a thrifty variety for RRQ to get back in towards
แชท
it?
เดี๋ยวจบคู่นี้นะ
Favor can Jemkin
ผมลง
buy
สตรีม
this
ผมขึ้นใหม่นะ
operator.
โอเคไหม
With this Phantom. They're just transitioning between spawn to A to B. They don't know what's happening at the moment. It's the wrong call, unfortunately, for RRQ. As Nongshim get in towards this
แย
alpha
ก
site.
ยุโรปกับ
They get
แป
the
ซิฟิก
plant, and they can set up for the post.
Doesn't feel like RRQ is going to be able to get a good grip, does it? I mean, repeatedly into the A site. Now spotting out a couple more players. X-Ross Francis off with the flashes. They continue to deal damage. Now holding up around their toxic screen. RRQ has to push through. They try to set up a bit of a march, but look at Francis.
Oh.
He taps, he bursts, he takes down 3. And now to it, it's just Crazy Guy trying to creep across with a sheriff. He gets caught by X-Ross.
คุณอยากใครมากกว่าเหรอ
The process of RRQ
แก
in
โจ
that
วี่
one
ได้
as
นะ
well was to drop the cosmic divide for Crazy Guy. Try and get the retake happening for RRQ. It goes by the wayside. And it goes pretty convincingly over to the side of Nongshim Red Force as well. They are just ever so omnipotent in
ส
this
ไตล์
map
ของ
right
ชิม
now
มัน
on
ใคร
this
เหรอ
attacking side.
มันได้
and
ฟิล
how
เป็นไป
they
เลยอยู่
need
นะ
to
เว้ย
be tackling
W
these
แบบแต่ก่อนอะ
sites, how
แต่
they
W
need
แบบ
to
มี
be
ระบบ
holding
ว่ะ
these post plants. If this is what we were expecting for Nongshim on this map, because we had seen it before, this is a map that you would be banning against them, but we had not
เป็น
seen
ทีม
this
คุย
just
ไร
yet.
คักชิบหาย
And it is looking chef's kiss.
เป็นไปเลยที่มันมีระบบระเบียบกว่า
All of these rounds, the
ไทม์เอาท์ที่2ครับยังไง
This
ร้านบะหมี่
was
ส่วนใหญ่ต้องจ
a
องผ่าน
slight
โมเดล
thrifty
ลิ่ง
in the
นะครับ
second
เพ
round,
ราะถ้าบะ
mind
หมี่
you,
ไม่
and
ตรง
now
ป
it's
ก
two
เราสามารถ
timeouts
แจ้ง
from
ยอด
RRQ
ได้
called the
ถ้าเรา
first
เจอ
half.
ร้านที่ถูก
Wait
ใจ
for
เรา
it.
แนะนำให้ไปกินบ่อย
Blind
ๆ อย่าลืม
attack.
ใส่ถุงด้วยนะครับ
Haven
ถ้า
attack.
กินไม่หมดเอากลับบ้าน
Looks
ได้เครื่อง
good
หมาย
for
สี่เหลี่ยม
Nongshim,
บะหมี่รัชดาอุดมสุขสุขุมวิท
13-8,
แนะนำครับ
13-5.
อ๋อ
Pretty
คือ
convincing.
เราเก็บกลับบ้านได้ไงใช่ไหมใส่ถุงใช่ไหมคือแพ็คกลับบ้านแพ็คกลับบ้านไปสั่งบะหมี่ก๋วยเตี๋ยวบะหมี่หมูแดงกินไม่หมดใส่ถุงกลับบ้านครับผมถ้วยมันกระปุกกระปิกจังเช็ดวันนี้มีคนขายแท่งยางมีแล้ว
Second time out invested. We'll see what it's going to be played for here.
I will go spawn again. Masim, Acha. I mean, maybe.
Someone make Gong, okay?
Okay,
I just start mid first. If they recon, I'll just
ready break recon Gong. Okay.
Let's smoke DD. Sound day.
I was DD.
For a team that loves to play the Odins and the Ops, I'm a little bit surprised that we haven't seen any of them just yet for RRQ on this A side of the map for the spam. Trade's starting to come out as well. Kushi needs to plant his feet with Monet, who's getting some damage here and there.
Do manage to get just a bit, but still otherwise, it's the same rinse and repeat from Nongshim, and this time Ivy.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. X-Ross for the plant, one away from Mr. Bow and Arrow Man being able to get the ultimate online.
น่าถ้วยเหมือนกันหมดแล้วรอบเนี้ยเพราะมันคือคีย์กอล์ฟไงโคม
but it's not even needed. Francis goes full turret mode. And RRQ have to tap the pause button. Kushi needs to find a way out.
วอยคอมหลงชิมอยู่ช่องเกาหลีครับ
Got to be the save again. No way this one is happening, Chief. Not so ever. Francis in this series so far. Bottom corrode, bottom bind, bottom frags on Haven. He has found struggles in the role on this best of 5 for the team. He has turned up here with some massive impact moments. It is looking brilliant. 9 now for Nongshim on the back of the second time out that RRQ deployed, by the way. And it did look like they questioning some things for a potential change up. And a mass change-up needed for RRQ. 4 members to this A side that Francis is going to be able to figure out.
Scouting, Danby possibly to follow. It's just so much to look out for. You toss in a recon, but it doesn't really quite catch on to much. This time, though, Kushi, Monyet quite prepared. Still, though, you got to swing out from the sides. Ivy, a lurker, suddenly revealed. The spike gets planted, and it's a 1v2 where Xferro is down to 11.
He calls to his teammates, 11 HP. There's no way, no world, no universe that Xferro should be winning this retake, this clutch.
Tries to step through anyway, though, but the barrel reveal.
Simple shot through
the engine block by RP.
Dimensional drift in a Hunter's Fury, throwing a spanner in the works of your defense.
ทำอยู่ไอ้ไม่บักอยากเห็นได้เพ้นหรอ
finding the right time to come out from different locations.
มาเจอของจริงอย่างนีออนตัมปี
And
ก็
just
เป็นได้แค่
absolutely
เศษ
remove
จริง
your
ครับน้
chances
อง
from another round. Look at him. There's no presence. There's no
โหดจ้า
realization from RRQ that this was possible.
โหดจัดอะตอนเนี้ย
This is utter brilliance coming through from Nongshim Red Force at the moment. This is
วันต่อมาลิ้นพองเลยครับสงสัยจะรีบกินเกินไปหลังจากนั้นผมใส่ถุงตลอดเลยจัสผมกลัวฝ่ายกระเพรารักษายากกว่า
absolutely desperately needed for RRQ, and they stack more members over towards the A side
พอ
again.
แล้ว
Even
อย่า
a
มา
lean
มี
there
ขอร้อง
in the
พอ
form of Xferro
เลื่อน
not
ไป
being on the actual B
เหี้ย
side. And this is the time that Nongshim
คุย
is changing it up to the B side itself.
กูจะหลุดว่ะ
All of a sudden, can RRQ catch up to it, though? Trying to set up some flanks as well, but you've got Dimensional Drift coming through. Jemkin scouting out quite a bit.
Yeah, you just got to figure out what members are coming from where at the moment as Darby goes overdrive. Remember, you did see X-Ross here before, surely, right? No, it didn't scrub that out.
It's 2 players down already, but let's see if Monyet can have a go. He's got the blades out. No, he gets caught up on top. Suddenly, though, it's all just Danby making a lot of noise. RQ trying to play safe, but that's exactly where they get caught.
Is crazy.
11-1 at the end of the first half.
If there was ever a time that a pistol round was needed, RRQ, you better play. Show it right now and then some on this exchange.
Talking
about a little bit earlier what Nongshim might look like. I think we might find out if Nongshim get a victory soon, because this would deserve a celebratory dance from what they've been able to go through in this series so far. From overtimes to clean maps to near victories.
One-sided game, bro.
Is Nongshim Red Force in
That's
full force?
crazy.
A minute to
รู้ไหม
settle,
จั
to
ส
simmer,
จำ
to
ผิดแรงแค่
reset
สองนะ
for both teams as we
โทษ
change
ทีจำผิด
sides.
คนอันนั้นมันของไอถั่ว
RRQ,
นี
of
ออน
course,
หัวโหม่ง
no
กระสุน
timeouts.
ไม่ครับเซนเดส3แล้วครับเซนเดส3แล้วครับทุกคนเซนเดส3แล้วครับไม่มีคำว่าเซนเดส2แล้วนะครับเดี๋ยวอีกแป๊บนึงจะอิ่มแล้วนะครับ
We've seen RRQ pull off some
แอส3เพื่อนแบกอุโซโล่ครับ
And I don't think they're going to be slaying today.
ดูเตรียมไปเซเว่นไปซื้อบะหมี่หนองชิมแล้วเหรอ
For Nongshim. The analyst just mentioning, you know, momentum
เฮ้ย
moving into
โอ้
RRQ
ยเชี่ยคนน่ากลัว
The pistol round, okay, you could make an argument. The second round
ไม่กดโซโล่
flips over towards Nongshim. You're thinking a couple rounds more, all right, RRQ getting timeouts, starting to figure out, getting some close rounds. They'll bounce back.
จะกลับทองวันไหนเกมผีก็น้องเกมผีเดี๋ยวเล่นเนี่ยเกมผีวันจันทร์เนี่ยเพราะว่า
What will we see now from RRQ?
3 วันนี้ยังไงก็ไม่ได้เอาบอลปาร์ตี้รัวๆเลยหนองชิมชนะมันจะเป็น first ever finish in VCT Pacific of an Ascension team ว่ะเฮีย
It all comes down to this.
GG on W, bro.
Scaling up out towards B.
Early information spotting from RB as well. Disincentivizes you from trying to bully your way in through those toxins, but that doesn't really matter. You try to get in, and you get in indeed. Jemkin finding a double Ivy for a trade.
Francis, though, still present alongside Ivy.
ขอบคุณคุณเจจัสที่ใช้บริการวินเทรดเดอร์ทางเราครับยินดีให้บริการครับมาใช้ใหม่นะครับ
Crazy guy.
เขาไม่มีครับไม่มีครับ
IGL. His own
1v1
rights.
ว่ะ
A massively improved player coming into this roster.
Up against a rookie.
Up against the rookie of Nongshim, having superb moments this best of 5.
ถ้าพี่จะโดนดัมบีไล่ยิงในแรงพี่กลัวไหมกลัวพี่ร้องว่าแฮกเลยอะรีพอร์ตเลยอะ
Will come out on top here. How brave do you get as Crazy Guy?
Smokes. Has one more star.
You would assume to use that as a gravity well as well, right? Surely. As
พวก
X-Ross
มึง
is
เลิก
gonna
พูดเรื่องบะหมี่ได้ไหม
really take
ผมไม่
his
มีเงิน
time
ผมฟังแล้ว
around
ผม
this
อยาก
B
ทัก
site.
ว่าวพอดีช่วงนี้
น้อง
ว่าวน่าจะกิน
น้อง
ลง
กิน
ดี
ข้าว
กิน
Try and
กิน
bait it
อู้
out
เซล
early.
อู้เซล
He does so.
โอ้น้องเอ้ย
Standing ahead.
Sends off the recon, expecting where Crazy Guy would show up.
It's just not half defused. Crazy Guy's reading
Well,
that he's
couldn't
not
he?
there. 7 seconds on a defuse. You can count to 6 before going for
What?
the slide. X-Ross
Wait.
the headshot.
Oh my God.
And by the timing, my God, folks, he's got the defuse. And Nongshim Red Force find the pistol.
ดูไว้
11.
นะอิสุว่าโยเรซิกหนึ่งเล่นกันยังไง
Show me the frickin' replay! Because that was a hell of a shot! He had the recon, he knew where it was coming from. Even Monyet doesn't expect it.
And why would you at that point in time? You think that by the patient play of Crazy Guy, you've done what you need, but it's the slide out, the headshot dink, and it doesn't deliver the decisive blow.
ดูดิคน
X-Ross
นิ่ง
prevails.
เฮ้ยรอบแรกเป็นมันยืนมันไม่บายเลยอะ
There might be an ovation from the crowd if it ends here.
โอ้ชี้ไป
Last-ditch effort from RQ. It's a Hail Mary pass into the A side alongside the toxic screen. No one's home from
พี่จะได้กินแฮ
Nongshim.
มชีสฝากแฮมชีสได้ไหม
They're looking elsewhere around the map. Big picture, big flank potential. And you really don't feel confident as RRQ trying to get a plant, trying to hold a 5 versus 5, but you've got to.
Pushing up all the way through. You tap on the spike a little bit. No reaction yet. Little do you know, Nongshim starting to surround you on every single possible entry point. X-Ross sets up the first. Monyet to retaliate.
Wait.
Still though, it's the 3 from Cave that you gotta watch out for. All the Bulldogs.
Wait.
Decent dink, but Jemkin able to trade back. Little snake bite here and there. But where does RQ look? We got a couple of smokes. Jemkin still doing majority of the shot shooting. Now Monyet gets involved, and then it's Cushy. RRQ will push through.
Could you imagine a world, dare I say it, pistol rounds to one team, and then you flip it and find 11 in a row. Imagine if RRQ are going to be able to pull off
วันนี้หล
that
อกเด็ก
miracle.
2 ทีมเลยว่ากลับไปหาลูกพี่ดีไหม
Who would be
โดน
blessing them
TRX ซอยร่วงเหมือนห
to
อย
pull
ไป
off
ที
a
ละ
feat
ที
like
นะ
that? because it's 11 points that they have to contend with. And that's just one.
เย้ปนาติกวินจะแวะไปดูไหมครับดูครับคุณเล็ก
Got to remember as well.
เดี๋ยวเจาะอลอที่จบก่อนนะเดี๋ยวจะจุดรีสตรีม
Can wait for the ultimates to build up before trying to close this map.
Not to mention, you gotta watch out for Dombi still. The flare on the agent. RQ being ever so careful now. Drone and checks into the site. RB still in the corner. Slow creep through. You do have Francis with a little gate crash.
อันนี้แบบสุดท้ายแล้วโบ5ประเด็น5แมปแล้ว
Yeah, you wouldn't expect.
จะดับอีกเป็นจนไม่ดับแล้วหวังว่านะแม่โทรไปคุยแล้วว่า
dilly-dally around.
อยากคัมแบ็กเอาไปเลย 1,000
Pressure
เอาดิ
is kind of off your shoulders
ซิมบับเวโอ้โห
for Nongshim right now, at least in this moment
กี่
in
บาทเนี่ย
time.
เนี่ย
RRQ not only having to find rounds, having to
เคซี่กาย
balance
เพื่อนรักไม่
numbers,
เอาไรเลยอ่ะ
making sure they're going to be presentable in each round with guns aplenty. And even going into the next buy round, you have to consider that you potentially upgrade from these Bulldogs, from this Guardian.
Uh-oh.
You're done.
Start to find the angles nicely as Jemkin, however, you've had your stats a little bit there. You've already got the dimensional drift. It's going to have to be utilized in the next rounds, you would assume.
พ่อแม่จะพูดไทยไหมพูดไทยชัดครับเกิดไทยอยู่ไทยครับ
you can get to mount this comeback.
มา
Call them the comeback kings. They've never had one from this far gone.
ก้าวเราจริงเดี๋ยวมันจะทำได้จริงเหรอวะ
Maximize every single piece
Penalty
of
goal.
utility, every ultimate. At the same time, though, Xross is now one away from his Hunter's Fury.
Again, you just want to hold on to them, though. You want to make sure that you are
9 rounds in a row.
Big round.
Kada take main gas.
Anti stun someone.
Anti.
There's that drift that we're talking about earlier on, but Dombi is just catching Crazy Guy in the astral form. You remove the smokes, you gain a player advantage now as Nongshim, an opportunity to close the back here, and now
เฮียโดนพุทแบบไม่รู้ตัวนีออนไหนยังเลื้อนอ่ะ
Put yourself into lethal range. Jemkin and Monyet, though, trying to work as a duo up around Orange. Still, though, that's where Nongshim start to make their move. Monyet quickly to trade. RB! Quickly finding the double, and now it's just
Oh my god, Nongshims are going to masses, bro.
Does he have it?
Oh my god.
It's a tough angle, tough position. Finds the first tap, looks for the second. X-Pharaoh, you've got to go. He claims it all. Another clutch up, and it's RRQ still pushing up.
Oh, that's a 1 versus 3 that he comes out good there. Feels like there was some disconnection from Nongshim's side, though. As soon as he found the first kill, the other fellas, they didn't turn around. They didn't look back towards the big doors. I don't know if they didn't have an idea of what angle that he was coming from, or whatever it may have been. A lifeline given to RRQ in a round that honestly, when it hit the 3 versus 1 favoring Nongshim, you thought would be done and dusted. X-Pharaoh.
No way, right?
Clutch man time and time again.
No way, right? Wait.
Marshals are plenty and a bucky for Dombi.
Just a hell of a buy. Francis, though.
Wait.
Information shut down by Jemkin.
Slow and steady wins the race, they say. But how slow are you going to be in a lot of these rounds for RRQ? How much does this pressure get to you?
เอาโดนคนในแรงหน้ามาเอาก็เลยขึ้นน่ะ
Victors before, international waters tested, trifled with, but to no mass avail. Wanting to prove themselves, not changing anything coming in towards this year. Bar coach. 8 rounds in a row to try and put
จะดูยุโรปอเมริกาไม่ดู
Start to push. Xross does find a
ใจเย็
headshot.
น
How many more? 30 seconds to go. You're calling an audible to rotate towards the B side. It will be absence of presence from Nongshim. But RB's going to try and get in towards the site. He does have a snake spite, but with no extra toxins to be thrown on the floor to decay massively. He uses it early as well, so they can wait for that one to expire as they start to go in towards the site. Damage looks to be delivered by him.
10 seconds. If he finds the right kill, this could be dastardly. Unfortunately, it's not quite going to happen just yet. Xpero with the frag.
Imagine a world in which Xros was closer to use that Hunter's Fury. It could have been everything.
But still, now it's RRQ's time. They've got to shine it. They got to make it bright. Just Xros, and he will be checked by Crazy Guy.
Well, that's 4 in a row right now. You're going to hold on to everything that you can for RRQ. But this is going to be a big round for Nongshim around the corner. Buys and ults starting to be built up. No need yet for a timeout, you'd assume, for the Nongshim coaching staff. You talk about the players on the stage for opportunities that present themselves in Pacific. Coaches, staff as well. Lots of fans rallying behind these teams across the world. This is going to be a massive,
Crazy Guy บอก
massive victory for the winners today. 7 chances now for
กดเจอ
Nongshim.
พริมมี่เมื่อวานกูโดนตบเป็นครี่เลยจัสมุง
Everything
กด
needs
เจ
to
อ
be
ยังต่อ
delivered
ลืมไปอยู่ใน
perfectly
เขี
by
ยวสามหนึ่ง
RRQ.
ฮ่าละมาเอา
โอ้โหรอก่อนรอก่อนรอก่อน รอก่อนกินมุมนี่อ่ะรอก่อน
Yeah, if you
กู
can
ขึ้นไป
try
ยิง
and
บนเวที
draw
อ่ะ
out
เนี่ย
some
รอก่อน
weakness
รอก่อน
around the map by Nongshim. Get these rotations out. Try to find a favor in a 2v1 type of scenario in a cheeky angle like this that Monyet finds and drops Darby.
Slide advantage. Strong
ยิง
position
มิมี่
as well.
ยิงคนโดนเนทเมื่อกี้
Pulls Xros
แต่
off.
กูเคยตบมิมี่มานะครับ
Perhaps back into investing.
กูเคยตบมิมี่มานะครับมีหลักฐานนะ
RB has to be the bulwark. He tries to slow it down with the snake, but
Uh-oh.
Hunter's Fury gets deployed, and now it's Cushy down. RB uses it back to push that through, but Jemkin comes back.
This is the timing to try and find the extra member in the wooden doors. So the 3 versus 3 now. You start to establish this plant as Jemkin.
ยังไง
Ivy with a cosmic divide. Do you think that you want to try and use it for this retake?
It's titillating. Got to think wise to it though. Shock dart to try to clear out the corner. Jemkin pushes through, takes down Xros, but he's still got Francis with full kit.
The pumping from Crazy Guy, low HP, needs to make sure he's alive to use this util on the floor to try and catch them, looking, lacking, and that he does.
Snakebite as well onto the spike. Francis, he's come up huge with clashes before, but not on this one. Not when the angles favor RQ this much.
12 to 6. The Hunter's Fury was invested by Nongshim in that round, but they got two extra bits.
ถ้าหลักชนะผมให้จัด
When do you
2,000
start
ที
to
นะค
feel
รับ
like this
จะด้าน
comeback
ห
is
น้าหรือ
going
ด้า
to
น
be
หลังก็ได้
plausible?
ห
Do
รืออยาก
you
ให้ผม
feel
คุก
like
เข่า
it's
ให้
going to
ก็ยอม
happen
นะครับ
whatsoever? Because it could just be one slip up, one wrong decision, one capitalized piece by Nongshim to get the better of you as well. And it looks like the Nongshim staff have
เอา
seen
ได้เมาเลย
still going
ได้
to
เมาเลย
have a chat. 12 to 6. The attacking side from these two teams looking a little bit different, of course.
ว่าไม่ติดโดนนะ
Very, very
ว่าไม่
rapid
ติด
in
โดนนะ
approach for a lot of their style. But RRQ
หรือว่ากู
slow
จะได้หนึ่ง
calls,
ซิมบับเว
methodical action. It's been a
หนึ่งพัน
reliable
ซิมบับเว
strength time and time again. It's how they weather the storm of these type of series.
ไปมาสเตอร์กี่ดีมครับ3ดีมครับ
Called to do it again.
Very really
Carl
good to see
Deja Vu.
the coaching staff. The
Good
IGL
bah.
Crazy Guy shine with the rest of the team. Still though, this is
ขอ
only
แบ
the
บแฟนาติก
halfway
ที่
mark.
เจอกับ
I
เนิร์
mean,
ด
you
ใน
want
แช
to
ม
talk
เปี้ยน
about
11
changes
มื
as
อ
well of style.
คนนั้นมันจริงเว้ยอันนั้นไม่คือแอปตูรูตินิม่าเฮีย
From this roster that joined Pacific with Margaret and from Persia,
โคตรมัน
we've
อะ
seen changes. RB brought back to Pacific. Xros brought into this roster.
Let's choke them.
6 more chances for Nongshim. This round, though, the Pistols, the Marshall.
ยังไง เฮ้ย
Trying to creep
ตัดสวย
onto
นะน่ะ
the right line.
อุ้ย
Francis will kick things off a little.
There's a gun stolen as well. You can settle here a little bit. Francis, it doesn't matter about your HP. Be a body, be a number. You've got a dimensional drift if you really feel like Nongshim can win this round here
ถ้าน้อง
and
แพ้
now
สง
on
สัย
the
มีจิต
lesser
ใจแตก
by.
สลายแน่นอนเผลอ
Invest
ๆ
it
ไม่ได้ไปมาสเตอ
or
ร์ช้า
hold
กว่า
it.
อยู่บ้าน
RRQ gonna choose to use their own. It is just
ไม่ได้
Ivy
นะ
on this site. He's the one
เฮ้ย
that stole this gun.
Checked by the dimensional drift though, so he feels the need back up.
โอ้ย
Still managed to find a heads up tool.
Numbers favor Nongshim as the plant goes down. 5 HP for Francis, remember. What can you try and find?
โดนเหรอวะ
Perhaps thinking to save the drift and the
Reload.
ults for a future round, but
you draw out the Cosmic Divide of Crazy Guy. It's a positive here.
Still pretty good. Trying to find
Ding.
some frags. Jenkins under pressure.
ยังไง
Continuing to spam.
ยังไง
He's running out of ammo, but he's got support from Crazy Guy.
ไปกันต่อไปกันต่อ
Up against the eco of Nongshim.
He's hunting for it. Are they going to
Set
give it to
it
him?
up, and
Yes,
there
they
it is.
are.
The barrel of the gun.
Bit of a solemn ace where needed though for Crazy Guy and for RRQ. As
Oh my
technically
God.
An eco ace, but an ace nonetheless.
Oh
as
my God.
RRQ trying to hold on this map. As I said, drawing out the Cosmic Divide, a bit of a positive in this
เพื่อนติดตามเรา
scenario. It's
12
got
กลั
to
บ
be
มา
a
ช
bit
นะ
of a vibe as well that you do remove
ใครไม่
the
รู้
dimensional drift.
แจ้งเกิด RQ ไอ้เจน
You
จี
build up
12
your
อ่ะ
own
แจ้งเกิดจริง
ults
อันนั้น
into
อ่ะ
this next round as well for number 20.
เฮ้ย
5
5 round
more
ไม่ได้เยอะนะเว้ย
chances now.
5 round ไม่ได้เยอะนะเว้ย
Viper's Pit immediately used over at that B site for RB. Damn, he has to be careful, just has to commune to the team that this is a gap of presence in amongst mid. Then RRQ are waltzing straight up through into the B site to really lock RB into the main.
Bladestorm pulled out as well. Ivy doing his best to stay cautious. Francis in with the operator. He's arrived on the site. Ivy as well. RB, it's just such a awkward position to play around.
Because they were so silent, you don't know that they're still in the site just there. RB now needs to be coming up with a massive potent round as Darby is
Big damage. RRQ still looking for the plant though. RB swinging. Ivy as well.
No way,
Suddenly
right?
it's just Crazy
No
Guy.
way,
and
right?
The pin
No
is
way,
still
right?
up.
No way, right?
He tries to step through, but it's a huge decay. A singular outline, and that will be it. RB! Cake Slayer! It's Nongshim Red Force, and they will claim their spots. Our Ascension team up to Masters Santiago.
From milliseconds in Ascension now to
Damn.
international
Damn.
territories. Nongshim Red Force, another team in the global stage.
หนองชิมใส่มาจากเทียร์ 2ขึ้นมาเทียร์ 1แล้วตกเทียร์ 1กลับไปเทียร์ 2แล้วกลับขึ้นมาใหม่เทียร์ 1เพื่อไปมาสเตอร์เฮียเอาดิตอนรีมึงตึงจังวะ
พูดถึง NRG 11-1 แล้วก็นึกถึงทีมหนึ่งที่โดนทีมนี้ RRQ คัมแบ็กมา 12-9 เหมือนกันเลยทีมอะไรนะสีแดงด้านซันเซ็ต
อะไรมันไม่รู้ครับรู้จักแชทดูมันติดต่อไหมดูครับต่อมือให้หนองชิมนะครับแล้วก็ RQ ND โบมาฟันติกมามันเริ่มแล้วปะโอ้ยช่างแม่งกูไม่รีละช่างแม่งยาวทุกคนยาวเปลี่ยนชื่อสตรีมแต่มันต้องรีปะวะกูมันต้องรีว่ะมันต้องรีอ่ะทุกคนเดี๋ยวผมรีนะโอเคป่ะเดี๋ยวผมรีนะ2 นาทีกดเต็มตัวรีเวท
Oh my goodness! They react splendidly with everything.
โอเคมารีนะเดี๋ยวเจอกันนะฮะ2 นาทีเจอกันนะจุ๊บมา
They knew the hit was coming in, but I expect